Uh, welcome, welcome, welcome. I mean, what can I say? Hey, Green Ghost. It's Deltarune. I love it. I want to play it forever. I don't want other games no more. I want just this one. But I think everyone would hate that. So we gotta keep going. I gotta finish my yapper out. Alright, we're finally almost back to the fountain. Wait a second there. I got something for you. Hey, we're about to go in the stream, so... Good timing. I just about finished my letter. You mind delivering it for me? Deliver it? Like I said, when we wake up, it'll be gone, so... Yep, that's what I mean. Here's a letter. Just have a read of it for me. And when you wake up, write it all back down, okay? Me? You're right. All of it? Why don't you just... It's Deltarune, no other game. I do have a plan. I'm teetering between two different ideas for what to do. They're both very Deltarune adjacent. This old mind's gotta get some help remembering it. Alright, fine, I'll take a look. Susie Reed. Okay, got it. I might miss a few things. You sure you want me to do it? As long as you got the point, the words don't matter. Okay, sure. Well... If you can get the idea across, the words are secondary a lot of the time when writing. I think that's true. At least when writing something personal. The words are sometimes less important than the emotions they're conveying. See you later, old man. Alright, let's go get that fountain. The night which makes the blackened knife. Now, makes the blackened knife is a weird thing here. Is that, is a break it, and we'll see it again right up here. Now, the knight is part of the prophecy, but makes the blackened knife. I don't know. Some of the what's interesting is the reason the enemies here are attacking the Fun Gang is that they're mistaking Chris for the knight in the prophecy. Because, again, it's very vague. The thing is, they're not that far off. Shall duel with heroes, strife by strife. Yeah, this is where we came in. The Roaring Knight does spawn swords and knives, but this is just one very specific knife. The Black Knife appears to be the, well, for one, it's actually the name of the Roaring Knight's theme, Black Knife. And, if I'm not mistaken, yes, a dagger-like shard of the Black Knife. The Black Knife is the Roaring Knight's weapon. So, it implies the knight actually made that weapon themselves. And a mere piece of it is this powerful in Chris's hands. And if the Slash theory is true, you know, the theory that Chris is the one who KOs Susie and Ralsei after you beat the knight, that would mean Chris is probably even stronger than that. We know Chris has another ability they don't use in Cross Slash, or X Slash. I read it as Cross because of Pokemon. Because in Pokemon, any move that's like X dash, it's supposed to be read as Cross. That. Like Cross Poison, and I think there actually is a Cross Slash in that game. We should be able to get the fountain from here. Chris has the light knife? Maybe. Here's the thing, there's like this... So, in the files there's the Thorn Blade, and to make it you need the Pure Crystal and the Thorn Ring. And the Pure Crystal, based on its description, sounds like all the Shadow Crystals merged together and purified by Sham. And the Thorn Ring, of course. I'm wondering if the Thorn Blade is going to be exclusive to that abandoned weird route, and if there's going to be some kind of other thing you can do with the Pure Crystal outside of that. But I like the idea of the Thorn Blade is hinted all the way back at Chapter 2 to try to tempt you into doing part of the weird route. Not necessarily all of it. It'd be interesting if you get the ring back from Noelle in the weird route of Chapter 5, so you get to keep it no matter what. Fucked up, but interesting. All we have to do is climb up this... Ah, dang it. Hey, Susie, don't give our position away. Now, to be fair, it appears that things that are an actual weapon in the real world are probably crazy strong weapons in the Dark World. And we do know that Chris has an actual knife. Like, a real-for-real knife with them at all times. Granted, that knife was... We don't see what happens to the knife after Susie makes the fountain with it. Obviously, Chris should have it now, but he's hiding it from us somehow. From me, I guess. Damn it, you aren't stopping us this time. Susie, wait! Yeah. Yeah. Ah, missed me, bitch. Ah. This is where it starts getting really bullshit. Okay. Susie forgot it, besides she isn't much of a sword person. Well, I think she's... forgot it is such a weird way to say that. If anything, I'd sooner believe it's just still there. Susie, don't... What, just let this loser get away? Come back here, you fraud, we'll beat you again! A level stronger and got your own weapon to use against you! Hey, how are you doing, you goddamn coward? If ever we haven't seen that yet. Like, we're not in there yet, just... Damn it, I let them get away. It's alright, Susie. We did our best. Yeah, but it's not good enough. Every time they're just one step ahead of us. We keep letting them get away, then... Are we gonna protect Toriel, Undyne? Anybody? Susie, I understand how you're feeling, but we have our own advantages, too. It only seems to show its face in the Dark World. We can just seal the fountain over to the right, and it'll at least buy us a little more time. Until we have to face our difficulties again. Yeah, you're right. Chris, let's go. Seems to be locked solid. It's interesting Chris says it just seems to be and doesn't try. Actually, think about it. Where could the knife go after the second fountain was made? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, for the fountain in Chris's living room, sure, Chris could have hidden the blade that made that whenever. Assuming they're the same knife, and a blade isn't used up when that's done with it. Looks like this is the fountain. Yeah, I guess this is it. Ew. Chris, Susie, I suppose I'll see you in the castle town. Yeah. Let's have another tea party or something. Sure, Susie. Dark fountain. Why aren't they stopping us from sealing it? Susie could have taken it for some reason, or maybe it was left in the fountain or ground. See, Susie taking it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why would she? She's not... If she was interested, she'd just ask Chris if she could hold on to it. But the thing is, she doesn't even seem to react to its existence, and the two of them come into the Dark World at the same time. We'll see that in a sec. I guess I'm not complaining. Chris, do your thing. And Chris isn't doing this part, but sure. An interesting thing I heard is that, since it's me, a person from the realist world, creating the light. So, the world of pure darkness is a world of fantasy. Their light world, it seems it's still a little fantastical. There's still monsters walking around, but the monsters do jobs. And above that, our world, there's nothing fantastical here. It's all just real shit. Maybe that's why we're able to make things lighter than light. Like, so real that we cancel out the darker than dark. Which is fake. Or, not fake, but imaginary. Fantastical, if you will. Guess the sun went down, huh? Damn, Chris, look under the door. That weird smoke, no way. I don't think there's another Dark World. Or, well, there's monsters, but they live in Australia. They're still real things. They're not I get your joke, but yeah. Besides, would you say there's light in Australia? And I don't mean literal light, I mean metaphorical. Would you genuinely, honestly say Australia is a place God's light has touched? Even once? Locked. That stupid numbers lock again. Kick. Probably not. Nor hard to break either. Guess we can try looking for the combination. Come on. Check your phone's contacts and recent dials. Everything has been deleted. Yeah, I noticed that. Hey, shouldn't the old man be around here? Yeah, get him out of here. Plus, he probably knows where a code is, right? What are these candles with people's names for, anyway? It is birthdays, right? Prayer. It just kind of helps you pray for people. Hey, my name's here. It means someone must have... Pray for Susie. Clasped your hands tightly. Took a deep breath and said her name. See, Chris seems cool with this. Chris is very blasé if you try to pray for, Azrael, just like, Azrael. Chris does not like the idea of us getting involved with Azrael even a little. Do Noel, I think Chris specifically prays for Rudy instead, because that's what Noel would want the most. Unless you're on the weird route, then Chris will actually kick the whole thing. Because how dare I pray for Noel after what I did to her. Hey, don't pray for me, dumbass. I don't need it. The fire extinguisher. Yes, I use that to put out the candles. Can't be meta at all. It's a bowl of blessed water with a motion sensor to stop cats from drinking it. It's not clear what happens if you touch the sensor. Bookshelf full of hymnals and scripture. Huh? Inside one of the books is a letter. It was the letter A. This episode of Fish Stream brought to you by the letter A. It's the first letter in a scream, which is the only thing you'll ever need to do here. Ah! The set of bells of different sizes. Look, I know you want to mess with these, but... mess with them. Wardrobe is full of choir robes. There's even one of your size. Damn, why don't we get to wear these? What, I'd have to sing or something? Hey, why don't they just let me play the drums? It's a ward for robes. Sec. Seems to lead to a small closet. I pray I can possess Noel in the future, like Sukuna, because it'd be cool as hell. God. Weird route, I really am fucking Sukuna Matata, aren't I? Open up. Ah. What the hell is that? Oh, I bet that's just Jack. Whoops. Here's a Halloween decoration. Other creepy stuff, too. He's big. Guess we might not be able to take him back tonight. It's like, what the hell is... oh, it's just Jack. I like Susie still calls him Jack, because that's his name. It's a keyboard. It has settings to sound like either a piano or an organ. You know, you played piano earlier, it was... okay, it was actually kind of cool. I mean that. I'm not saying you should join the choir or whatever, but... you were playing every week. You might actually want to go to church. That kind of reminds me of something. What's up, Suze? So, one of the places I used to live, there was this plaza, and they put this public piano in it. I started playing it, thinking, you know, it might be fun. But I guess maybe because I was so bad, because I just looked like I shouldn't be playing, they told me I wasn't allowed to play it. So I backed off. And then they let somebody else play. Someone better. I don't know. I don't know why I expected I'd be able to play it. Piano is not something you can just pick up and instantly be a master of. Like, sure, you can be self-taught, but you gotta do the teaching part first. You gotta practice. Maybe you got a knack for keeping a beat, maybe you got a knack for writing melodies, maybe you can put your fingers on the keys real well. Maybe you can just remember what you gotta do real well. But there's a lot of moving parts to it, and a natural at the piano is a rare thing. A natural at all aspects of the piano is a rare thing, I should say. Ugh. It's what I thought, then. That night, when no one else was around, I came back. You know what I did? I smashed it. Yeah, I smashed the piano. I don't even really know if I broke it, but I hit it as hard as I could. Hard enough to do some damage. Justifiable crash out. I mean, you had to have been pretty young. You're a teenager now, and said you didn't act like this was recent at all. And the looked like someone who shouldn't be playing implies maybe monster racism? A lot of people like to imagine Susie comes from more human-centered, like, cities. And I ran. A week ago, if I knew you did piano, I probably would have just hated that about you. But now, I kinda just want to hear you play. Damn, I got weird there for a second. Probably made you want to stop playing even more, huh? I'm not gonna be mean to Chris here, like I'll never play again. Play again someday? Like, this or this, I think are how... I think this is how Chris feels. But I think Chris would definitely still say this. Because Chris despises saying this, and in the weird route, will actually bite their hand really, really hard in the middle of saying it if you make them say this. Because I almost wonder if... Well, in the weird route specifically, that sounds like, I'm never going to let you go, Chris. Never. Like, if you play too. Huh? Yeah, sure. Teach me or something. Let's do it. Someday. Yeah, I like playing the drums. Can't really screw it up, you know? It's just hitting stuff. I mean... It's... Percussion requires kind of a different skill set than a lot of other band instruments. Because you're setting the pace for everyone else, so you've got to be really good at keeping the rhythm. But, there's not a lot of, like... How do I put this? There's not a lot of finesse, I should say, required. There's definitely a lot of technique and a lot of skill, but you don't need necessarily precision on the drums. You need stamina, and you need to keep a beat. And you need to hit it pretty hard sometimes, so you need some strength there. Not saying it's easy by any measure, just saying it's a bit different. You don't have to... Like, with, any wind instruments, you don't have to blow in a specific way. You don't really have to position your fingers in specific ways. And that's the thing, you don't have to, like, have very specific finger motions, like you do for most instruments, like you do with percussion. Oh man, you sleeping in here? The person on percussion is bad, that's gonna screw up everyone else. So you're kinda the most important one, in a lot of ways. Guess not. Hey, this is that priest guy's desk. Code to the door could be in here. Huh? Dude, there's a glass case in here. Oh, that's weird. It's weird, the outside is clean, but... A hammer. The inside is covered in dust? And Chris backs up. Huh? Dude, it's just a dusty... like... Hell no, you don't mean... Susie just kind of actually... She looks like she's gonna fucking throw up. I won't lie, first time I saw that, because I know about monster dust, I was just like, fuck. This is just keeping your dad's corpse. Like, sure, you could equate it to having someone's ashes, but... Specifically, it's supposed to stay in the ground so they can rest in peace. And it's implied by what he says in Chapter 2 that he might have exhumed it right then and there. Yes, get in your office, yeah. When monsters die, the dust is buried. Hey, Chris. It actually falls onto the wall and, like, slides down. The hell does a pastor have that in his... There's a hammer inside and a photo of the old man. Remember in music class, they had a ton of keyboards, but you don't like playing piano. You did manage to play bass and also drums for a bit. See, I would never say I was super musical. Like, growing up, my family did have a piano in the house. I tried to learn to play it a few times, but I think by the time I might have been any good at it, it was, like, old and really needed to be repaired. Like, as a kid, I was scared of doing it wrong a lot. I did play instruments. I tried to learn guitar because it was cool and, like, my dad played it, but I didn't have very delicate small fingers. That's not really an excuse. Like, I could have learned, but I never put in the effort to do it. What I did put in the effort to properly learn was the flute. But, well, because the reason I played the flute was because I really wanted to play the piccolo. Because I'm a Dragon Ball fan, and Piccolo is my favorite. It actually wasn't my favorite at the time, because they hadn't ruined Gohan 2 more times yet. It still ruined Gohan, but I still, you know, if he could come back and he could still be cool. That's kind of, like, gone from my mind now, but now I'm just like, Piccolo never stopped being cool, so he's my favorite now. But the Piccolo and the flute are very similar. In fact, some, including my music teacher, would say that they're the same instrument, one's just smaller. But he didn't want to teach me how to play on the piccolo, so he taught me how to play on the flute, even though he said they were the same. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but I played flute in band for about a year. I think I can still play. I still remember how to do, like, my lips for it. It's really weird how you have to do your lips for different woodwind instruments. Remember before we, all announced what instruments we wanted to play, he did this little test where we were supposed to try to keep to the beat of the music, and he never told us the results of it, but he said he picked out who would be cool to play percussion. Because everyone always wants to play percussion in band. But I wasn't interested in percussion. Oh, a new challenger. Susie's reaction to Gerson being dead is interesting, because she's slower on the uptake than Chris is. Kinda get the idea that Susie isn't entirely familiar with the basics of how monsters work. Maybe she grew up in a human town originally. I brought that up too, with the piano scene earlier, which is what got us on talking, music. Now, maybe if she grew up in human towns, I would say she's moved around a lot, we know. But I think she has largely been in contact with humans. Another thing is, to be fair to Chris is actually very, very smart. I don't think it's Susie being very slow. I think it's Chris realizing right away, because Chris had probably already figured out that, hell, Chris might have already figured out that that was, like, Gerson. Like, Chris had to have seen the guy before. Happened with Gohan, they keep, like... Okay, so, in just a second, I'll explain my thing about Gohan. But yeah, and, he knew Alvin, the person whose room this is, was Gerson's son. Like, I imagine Chris managed to intuit those parts, but Chris probably came to the conclusion that Gerson was probably a copy of Lord of the Hammer that was well-loved. Like, hell, maybe specifically one of the ones... I think there's one specifically in the hallway. And Chris probably figured maybe that's what's kind of turned into this Gerson-like person. But here, Chris sees the exhumed hammer. Hell, Chris might have been present for the funeral. Azrael was his student. Chris probably knew exactly what was buried there and has maybe even seen this specific case before. So, I think Chris picking it up so much faster than Susie is more that Chris simply had more opportunities to know it than Susie being especially slow. Because she does still pick up on her own. Wait, when monsters die, they turn to dust and their ashes and their dust is buried. Oh god. But anyway, a slight side tangent, unrelated to Deltarune, about why Gohan's not my favorite Dragon Ball character anymore. If you're curious why this is coming up, it's because I mentioned I played the Piccolo, because Piccolo is... He wasn't at the time, but he's currently my favorite Dragon Ball character. It's that... So, like, Super came around, and Gohan stopped being a fighter for it, and I was like, okay, that's disappointing because of how built up he was at the end of Buu. But so was the end of Buu anyway for that, so I guess I'll just live with it. But then they had him come back. Like, they built up him coming back after the Frieza thing. And I was like, okay, Gohan gets to come back. Cool, Gohan's my favorite. I, like, grew up watching Gohan. Gohan was the one I related to the most. Like, I grew up with him. I definitely had anger problems like him. You still see hints of that when I fight things that are probably entirely fair, but, you know, I'm losing anyway. But then, like, they got him back for Super, and I was like, he kind of came back, and he was... I felt like the big Gohan's back moment is right before the Tournament of Power. He actually battles his father, and they're both going full out, Goku versus Gohan. And Goku genuinely has to pull out a form that he cannot maintain with any regularity, like a very risky, painful form, to finally get one over on his son at that point. And I'm like, okay, he has to do, like, his new, really experimental shit that he's paying for days afterwards to win. I think that's fine. I think that's a cool place for Gohan to be. It still gives Gohan some room to, you know, go up a little more. And then during the Tournament of Power, Gohan's treated like one of their top contenders. Because unlike his dad and Vegeta, Gohan can fight near his peak for way, way longer. He doesn't have to, like, hold back his forms because he's not transformed. And then they did Superhero, and he was, you know, he's back to not being a fighter, and he has to reawaken again to save people, and it's like... It's the third time you did this. Like you said, Challenger, Gohan is stuck in a loop. They don't know what to do with him, they just keep redoing his Busag arc. That's exactly what it is. So, he can't be my favorite anymore. I have to give that to Piccolo, who just got to stay cool the whole time. Hot take. I think at this point, Oob and Pan would make for more interesting and engaging main protagonists than Gohan. I think they have a lot more going for them than Gohan. I don't think you're wrong.
I think finally, I'll admit, I've not read the Super manga for the most part. I know very little. I know Moreau. I know a little of Granola. I don't know how that turned out. I know how, like... I know how bits and pieces shaked out, but I've not been able to read it just because it's actually kind of hard to get hold of where I live. Bringing in Oob, finally. Like, finally doing a post-to-Z thing. Oob, Pan, Goten, Trunks, Braun, Marin. I think it make for more interesting next-gen main cast if Dragon Ball ever went through with it. Could be. But I honestly... I think it would be a very long time before they'd ever do that. Simply because... I mean, Toriyama's gone. And his last thing was Daimo, which was turning them back into kids for a while and playing up comedy aspects, and... I'm not saying Daimo's bad by any stretch, it wasn't something really for me. I loved Super Saiyan 4 finally showing up canon, you know? Although it didn't make a lot of sense, because that was pre-Super, so why didn't Goku use it in Super? Just a small plot hole that, you know, little silly. Goku and Vegeta are the face of Dragon Ball? I'd say Goku is. But, like, Super was... After Super, Goku and Vegeta... It's the Goku and Vegeta show. Which is why Superhero is actually still a movie I like a lot, because they're barely in it. I like Piccolo being the protagonist. I don't like redoing Gohan's character arc for the third time, but, you know... If they decide to move forward with the story and just stick with Gohan being... Like, okay, it's not necessarily even that I want Gohan to just stay a super strong fighter. It's that I want him to stay something. I don't want him to keep flip-flopping between them, because that's lame. Like, make a decision and stick with it. Hate the explanation of Super Saiyan 4 and Daima. I think the explanation of 4 and GT was much more interesting thematically. Yes, I think in GT it is. I also slightly prefer GT's design. I don't like the hair, like, kind of stopping right at the forearms. I think that looks weird. I don't mind the, like, head hair being red, too. I'm like either or on that. I do like the black, but I think it being red to look a little more mystical is fine, too. Like, that's an apples and oranges thing, but the hair stopping, like, halfway up the forearm, I think that looks weird. Like, stopping at the wristbands looks natural. Or hell, even in some art, I think it actually goes to, like, the back of the hand, but I don't think that's common. And the explanation, like you said, didn't make a lot of sense. Now, granted, it previously being called Super Saiyan 4 also didn't make any fucking sense, because it's not related to Super Saiyan 3. Like, 3 is not a requirement for 4. GTSS4 is thematic conclusion to Goku's arc, because it's him finally overcoming the Ozaru that he ran away from since he was a kid. Yeah, like, something that he only got a little bit of closure on during his fight with Vegeta. Where Goku does get that big realization, but he doesn't really have time to process it emotionally. He did question Vegito or Gogeta. I'm partial to Gogeta, simply because, I feel like Gogeta gets to do cooler stuff. Most of the time. Here's the thing, Gogeta gets to finish fights. Vegito does not get to finish either of his fights. He just defuses, or they get eaten before it happens. Now, I think Vegito has that really cool, like, sword technique, where he comes out of his hand. I think that's cool. I think Vegito has some cool moves. But Gogeta got to finish off Janemba. I'll admit, Gogeta didn't get to finish, friggin' Shenron, Omega Shenron. They still did that to him, which... But Gogeta did get to finish Broly. But, yeah... He didn't finish him off, but the fight was still won, and he stayed fused. Like, it's very clear if the fight went on, Gogeta was gonna win. And, like, he still got to, like, just grab Frieza's wrist, like, no, you are not hitting that. They get to leave. Cut that shit out. Oob and Pan have new-gen anime protagonists written all over them. I think they do. And Gogeta for the win? Glad we agree on that. I don't... Okay, I could see Bra having some character. My thing about her is I kind of just like the idea of Vegeta having a daughter who's completely uninterested in battle, but he still spoils her rotten because he's so Earthling now. I think that character works. I think she works too well as that to want her to be anything else, you know? I think we've tangented on Dragon Ball enough for now, though.
The old man. I don't really get it, but somehow the Dark World had... For a moment, it must have, like, revived him.
Didn't think everyone in chat would be Gogeta? Enough Dragon Ball. Love Dragon Ball, but it's very off topic. You included? Wow. We have arguably one of the best dragons in fiction on screen right now, so it's natural we talk about other dragons too.
I think he knew. I think he knew he was...
Yeah, for sure, Gerson knew.
Facts! Chris, he wanted me to write a letter. A letter to Alvin. I think that's this pastor guy. Give me a sec.
Yeah, go for it, Suze. He trusted you to do it, you do it. I'm glad she does, like, she doesn't ask Chris to, like, help her spell check or anything. She completely, she trusts that Gerson believed in her and chose her to do it, so she does it.
Alright, got it. Let's go, Chris.
Alvin, your old man was proud of you. The reason he didn't come to church a lot is because he wanted you to follow your dream. You see, it's misspelled, it's misdone in places, but she's getting the emotions he always wanted to get to his son. He's sorry he never said that right. So write your own stories. It's okay even if they're not perfect. Sincerely, a friend. Needs to be some sort of incense container. It's a plaque bearing the words of a famous writer. Hope comes to those who believe. For those that cannot, may our hope shine so brightly that they too may keep shelter from the dark. I think we're meant to assume the famous writer is Gerson, because that is so in line with what he say. Juice and wafer-like crackers. A large pitcher of water. Cups are stored below it. So, the cups are definitely like the little cup guys who's... I don't know what they're called because you never fight them. I wonder if the pitcher of water is that big barrel you find. Documents.
That's the lock number could be in here, but it'd take forever to search through. Let's look somewhere else.
Books. Many copies of Lord of the Hammer. Some unlabeled notebooks.
It'd take a while to search through all this.
I totally get Susie being uncomfortable in here and not really wanting to keep searching it. All my meta-knowledge, I still can't prevent what's about to happen, even though I know it's written on the fire extinguisher. I think just because Chris doesn't know, which, again, I'm going with this, I don't think Chris retains save knowledge. I really don't. This scene coming up? Yeah. I've had a lot of time to think about what's about to happen. Susie looks like she has an idea. Hey, and this is Susie's strength. Maybe she can't think inside of very structured things very well. But, she's really able to come up with why bother following the rules. She is the master of cutting the Gordian knot. Pay attention to how it's framed. Chris, can you just look at that fire extinguisher really hard for me, please? Hey, Chris, like, come on. I promise the code's written on it. I almost wonder if Chris is trying to make sure they don't get in. Susie's the fate breaker, the one who breaks the game. Yeah, is that it fits really well that she's so good at that. Like, she breaks out of whatever weird setup. Like, she'll find a very simple solution to very complicated problems because she doesn't understand the complicated part a lot of the time, or simply chooses to ignore it, even if she understands it. She's sharper than even she thinks. She's just sharper in ways she doesn't know.
We haven't gotten any closer to opening this door. But I have an idea. I think he might know. The old man, he could know how to open it.
She's the antithesis to no one can choose who they are in this world. Doing whatever she wants. Been saying this since chapter 2. Yep. And depending on who said no one can choose who they are in this world, I think it's very interesting. Because if it's true that that was Chris talking, like, and snatching the soul away from the vessel before we could find a place, before we could insert into this story very inorganically, you could almost argue. And it's very interesting that Susie is the one showing Chris that that doesn't have to be true. I suppose I can mention my theory on what the knight wants. My theory is that whatever the happy ending is that the prophecy kind of foretells, like, yeah, there's a great tragedy that has to happen in order for it to go through, but I imagine there's some kind of quote-unquote happy ending to that as well. My theory is the knight is simply choosing to play their role and trying to ensure the prophecy occurs. Do I have a lot of proof of this? No, because I simply don't know that much about the knight's actual ideology. But that's the framework I'm kind of running on right now. Not evil, just doing what they're supposed to. Because I don't think the knight is this feral monster. I think that's an affectation. I think the feral roaring is just showing off, trying to be cool.
Chris, you're thinking what I'm thinking, right? Let's make a dark world.
And agree. Either that's some kind of ideal world motivation. Certainly sapient to their actions. No one chooses who they are. Sorry, what were you saying? No, don't say it. I don't care anymore. Pay attention here.
Oh, how the hell do you do that again? Queen said, concentrate and stab into the earth. Got anything sharp?
Oh, Chris might have something around.
Hey, Chris, you normally carry this around?
I love this sprite. Chris is all embarrassed. They're holding hands, sort of. Susie's on the right side of the screen. Chris is on the left side. Chris points their knife towards Susie in that specific way. I think you got your rights and lefts mixed up, but yeah. Okay, how about you explain to me what you're implying here, new challenger? Susie's on the player side of the screen, Chris is on the enemy side, and Chris is brandishing a weapon at Susie. Oh. Okay, like, sort of a visual foreshadow of what might happen later. Okay. I for a second, I thought you were trying to imply that maybe Chris was actually threatening Susie here, but no way. Genuinely no way. I think Chris is just being... just trying to be a little shit who shows off to her. And, she... cinematography foreshadowing. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Also like that Chris gets to be very animated right there. Like, oh, it's a cutscene. I can really show off. Susie's gonna think this is so cool. Susie is going to think this is so cool.
Chris, you, normally carry this around?
Oh, no. Oh, she's touching it. Chris trying to aura farm in the light world. Failure. Hey, I think the way we're supposed to read this is Chris is really embarrassed that Susie didn't think that was cool. But I love imagining Chris is very, embarrassed that someone's touching their knife. It's a little intimate, you know? Get your head out of the gutter, I mean literally.
Alright, well, let's give it a try. Concentrate on what I want, and...
Meant to be aura farming in this instance, but it could also be foreshadowing. Susie has a little red eye right before she does that. We know Chris just has red eyes always, seemingly. Okay. What does Susie do with the knife is my question. She has burning red eyes of determination. And my question is, where did the knife go?
I actually did it. Hey, Chris, I made a dark fountain. Pretty cool, right? Maybe I'll let you do it next time.
Oh, don't worry, Chris had last.
Fuck, and what?
Well, this sound effect before you make a fountain, it's amazing on the ears, yeah. I think, I've said it before, Toby is a sound designer first. That is where he got his start. That is how he dipped his toes into things. He has been a sound designer for a very long time, and he's very, very, very good at it. That is why every single music track is an absolute banger. Every single time. Even the songs he doesn't use are amazing. It makes you think it could be foreshadowing, as it is not the only instance of interesting cinematography in this chapter alone. Sure enough. I'm definitely not discrediting it being foreshadowing.
Pretty sick, right? You try making one sometime, it's cool.
Chris has made at least one. The knife is in the middle of that fountain. What's interesting is when we close it later, the knife doesn't seem to come back.
Hey, is it me or does something seem off?
I've seen some people try to, say that Susie might be colorblind because of this. I don't think that's what we're meant to infer. I think the inference is meant to be Susie tried to recreate the same Dark World from memory rather than making a new one, so it's just a little off. Other example is in the tea party scene. Susie and Ross are on the brightly colored sides of the room, while Chris is in the middle between them, the dark black part of the room. Another example comes up later in this dark.
It's like Ross said, your Dark World is different. Let's go.
The lighting has changed. And it's also mirrored, which is interesting. Now here's just completely new. Crap. I actually don't know what the hell these sounds are. There's the eyes from a completely fresh Dark World. Still shining. On hopes and dreams they send, 3 heroes at the world's end.
That prophecy again, the one with us. It's pretty hard to believe. The things have been predicted, sure. But that I'm part of it too, I guess.
That's something I've actually come around a bit on. I was initially of the opinion that Susie was an accidental replacement, caught about by the vessel ending up in the wrong body. But I'm more on the line that there's no quote-unquote correct answer. That any answer is the same. That it doesn't matter. In the end. There is one item here that makes me question it. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it, because it's... assuming it's the item I think it is. Light and dark, both burning dire. A countdown to the Earth's expire. It's interesting, these are Wingblades, which are... So, I think this has to do with Susie's difference of perspective. But in the other world, the only Wingblade you find is a weapon for Chris, and in fact, you bring it in. But here, the Wingblades are Darkeners. You and Susie spun masterfully. You oppose the revolution? I think they're pretty cool, like... Susie has low self-esteem due to her upbringing. Of course she does. Love Susie's spin sprite with her hair twirling. To spin is to trust. Yeah. I am never used to fighting these things, because I feel like this is the only place I fight them. Spare, spare. If fountains freed, the roaring cries, and titans shape from darkened eyes. Third hero, the prince, alone in deepest dark.
Hey Chris, look, it's Ralsei when we first met him. Guess all three of us have our own prophecies too. If Ralsei's the lonely prince, wonder what we are.
That motif of titans and tears again. Yeah.
There's gotta be another one ahead.
I'm the philosopher, sought to return the dream. But the lighting of the mind has changed. Best you can only see another side. So yeah, I think a lot of what's messed up about this world is Susie was trying to recreate the exact same one rather than make a new one. Is why it's so weird in a lot of ways. Think about the fountains and how from afar they're just black, but up close they're very colorful. Tend does mention how it's now available in unsettling obsidian and pulsating rainbow. Here we go. Treasure. And again, this puzzle here, this is definitely more how Susie would prefer to solve one of these. Just smashing shit. And revivement. Susie's perception on the real world has changed. Thus, her perception when creating a dark world would change. I mentioned her trying to recreate a specific dark world rather than one from scratch. And it's all very different. We know everything, we understand everything. Further proof that dark worlds depend on the mind. Bah! Bastard. Tried to harmonize, touch the grain. Glowing, the voice was glowing. Do re mi, do re you, do re mon ami. It's actually really hard to do. Complete RNG where it's gonna pop up. If it's near the top, you just might not get it at all. Let me actually check. Philosopher, why he's fighting you is one of life's questions. Spared. Answer was love. Owie. Damn it. Yeah, I do not like these attack patterns. It feels like sometimes they'll just spawn on top of you. Spared organic. I know they're supposed to represent probably the organ, but it's weird they're here. Maybe the piano in that other room. Of course, this also implies a lot about the night and what that means for the dark worlds they created, specifically Cyberworld, being so tailored to Noelle and things related to her. Yeah, and how Noelle, mentioned that Des always promised to bring her to a city like that. What are you doing? Trying to protect these statues of my ancestors. Shame I cannot meet them. Must have been brilliant. Unlike the rest of the brutes and barbarians around here. Only these brutes had more filial piety. Statue stands in reverence. We're gonna back up, lick our wounds here, Susie. No, thank you. If you've had enough to recruit them, usually they're a lot easier to dodge. This is a mechanic I enjoy in these. Yeah, just needed that heal. Chris was very low. He's not going at us anywhere near as fast and disappears by the time we're out of range. We know nothing. We understand nothing. Lord of Screens, cleaved red by blade. Now the imagery implies that Tenna dies there, but it doesn't literally say Tenna dies. So again, it's a possible answer. Either answer is still correct. What happens is, if you don't recruit everyone in Tenna's, then they won't have told Susie how to fix him. Well, it makes you believe in the ideal world idea for the Knight's motivation. Because the Knight's end goal obviously isn't the Roaring, or at least not initially. There's something inside the acorn, but I don't know where to find an acorn. I think that's a hint to the egg, and I do not know fully how to do the egg. I'm actually gonna pull up now. Okay, I can't do it till the third sanctuary anyway. Doing what one is in the first place. Must find a way. Must find a way to use alchemy to make this acorn. I wonder if these guys are just Susie's idea of know-it-alls. Whose dream is this? Chris's dream? Susie's dream. Whose dream is this? Knight's dream? My dream? Whose dream is this? You left it here. This is Susie's. First hero, the cage with human soul and parts. Hey, this has gotta be you. Weird illustration, though. Plus, why is it calling you a cage? Didn't you be something more like the cool? And the picture they can, like, use by drawing where you're saying Susie rules? Heh. Wonder what she says there if you didn't go to the diner. We can do it in the tooth one after Susie runs off. Oh, okay. Open the treasure chest. Wrap Soti to the storage. Damn it. Yeah, it's gone. The tale which must not be followed. What am I? My butterfly? I wouldn't know. Where'd you already? Lily played random notes. Spirit organic. It was glowing. The voice was glowing. Do wonder what the hell these guys are talking about. What am I? My butterfly? Alright, got him. Guys are also wondering what they're talking about. Good point. Whose dream is this? You left it here. And last was the girl. At last was the girl.
The girl. Think that means me? Like, my prophecy's next? I wonder what it says. Come on.
Here we get Gold Widow. Yes, it's a lot of defense. Even some magic on there. Spider made of gold. Gathers coins into it, reducing money gained. But I've got the deal maker. It's actually... Yeah, I'm gonna put this on Suze, because... she benefits from that magic. Yeah, you have to spend a lot of money on it, and it reduces the money you get. But still got the deal maker, so it's fine. Move the Shadow Mantle onto Chris. Why not? Because I think the Twin Ribbon's not doing as much for me as it could. I'm actually tempted to switch to the Devil's Knife solely for that giant magic boost to her healing. Yeah, that would make her actually start healing more than Ralsei. Whose dream is this? You left it here. Later, probably in Chapter 5. I think I left my knife in the church by accident. You're one of the donators. Between you and another, you reached 10,003 gold. Another? How absurd. You may as well give money to a spider. Take what's in the treasure box as if it is yours. So, of course, that's all a reference to Muffet from Undertale. Who, you actually can skip her boss fight by spending $99.99 money right outside of it. Buying something off her. By the way, ups and downs reversed right here, but left and rights aren't. Power that fills you is not changed. The lighting has. What's kind of funny about money being so central to Muffet is that Muffet was literally a Kickstarter reward. Second hero, the girl, with hope crossed on her heart.
Chris. Hey, look, it's me. Girl with hope crossed on her heart. Man, that's badass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think there's anything else about us? I'm just staying there, let's keep looking.
I'm the philosopher. Haven't you heard of Hyperlink Blocked? I've heard of it. Feel like I haven't heard of it. But I don't know why. Note the sword. Yeah. So, what my initial thought when seeing that is that sword. You know who's weirdly, Grissom said she'd get a white pen of hope eventually? I'm pretty sure when he said... No, actually, he said you hold the white pen of hope. Like, as in, you know, I don't think he meant literally it's a physical pen. I feel like there would have been some capitals in there. I think he was just talking in metaphors at that time. Maybe there's a weapon that's hope-based, but, you know. Other people also suspect it's Noelle. Yes, because pencils and pens, Chris gets most of theirs from her. Like, one thing in Chapter 1 that, like, one of the first things Noelle says is, "Oh, Chris, do you need to borrow a pencil again?"
And I'll be honest, Chris, I've never really gotten picked. Or anything before. Never wanted to be my partner in class.
Was the Justice Axe? I think in the real world, it's an actual axe Gerson might have forged, like physically. Well, most of her axes are hairbrushes, but I don't know what the Justice Axe specifically is, because it seems to be a new thing.
This is like something else, you know? Something important. Chris, before, I didn't think I could be a hero. Wasn't good enough. I mean, I was bad.
Ah, damn it.
Still kinda am bad, in some ways, I guess.
You're a little naughty once in a while, but you're not bad, Suze.
Now I got hope crossed on my heart. Hope written in truth, written somewhere. Written somewhere no one can erase.
One reason I kind of, you know, I'm a bit of a proponent of the idea of Susie not being the correct heroine is because wouldn't that just be devastating to her after what she's saying right here? That she wasn't even picked for this? Okay. I can do it like here. Right? This thing is hope even if she wasn't chosen. Yeah, but it would bother her a lot right here, wouldn't it? Hang on, I gotta count. 2, 12, 22. What do you call a man with one eye? 32, 42, 52. Why does the angel make its cry? 62. We'll call the girl who snows. Why would the angel make its cry, who will call the girl who snows? Oh dear. I think I know what they might be talking about. 92. Demo Man TF2? He's a correct answer. He's a man with one eye. 82. I don't know. I don't know. 92. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Roots. I heard something in between. Something in between. It was mixed up. Children tale. Forest the grow. Lost, pointed the followed, wood the where. There's that word again. Roots. Okay, so we can glean a few pieces of this sentence here. We assume tale is the last word and lost is the first. Tale has the period, lost is capitalized. Actually, let's talk to him twice. He says it different every time. Poor children. It was mixed up. Tale. Children where grow. With the forest pointed the followed lost the poor children. Lost forest the grow. Followed children would the where tale. The pointed? Lost where the forest would grow. The children followed the pointed tail. I need actual guidance on how to do this. Oh. Okay. Pointed tail is probably friend? Could be. Roots. But before I leave this room, is this a friend room by any chance? I don't imagine it is, but I kept missing them, so I want to ask before I leave again. There's the roots. Foreshadowing led me to thinking friend will show up in Chapter 5. Could have been. I mean, lots of people were convinced friend was Mike. Here's why Pluey's a thing. This is the egg room way and friend room. Did not answer my questions in the slightest. There's a peculiar book here, read it? Yes. So wept the fallen star, making rivers with its tears. Then slowly, from the bitter water, something grew. It looked like glass. Okay, so this is a... Yep. Alright, I've just got to do this. Alright, so there actually is a visual indicator for this. It's that, see at the top of the pane glass? That one's actually, the little egg shape is actually reversed here. For this one. I found it because I picked the arbitrary number of 100 the first time I came in. Oh, okay. Way better luck this time. The one in Chapter 2 took goddamn forever. Yes, there you are. Patients are waiting for you. Yes, I know I'm quite small for a secretary. Yeah, motif of glass being related to Titans. But knockoffs don't have the right to complain. Knockoffs. This room is very telling. I've actually never been in here before. Okay. Oh, is that so? Asking around? The Titan, glass, when I throw an old man hammer at it. It's interesting, the Titans are so connected to glass, and the prophecies always show up as glass panes. Someone seems to be making a painting of a tree. However, strangely, seems they haven't drawn the bark yet. Huh? Okay. The sink. It would be ridiculous if you painted something and there was nowhere to wash your hands. Sure. Well, there is a man here. Well, he seems to be pointing at something and nodding. How very useful. It's a sink. God fucking damn it. Well, there is a canvas here. Oh, okay. Bit of hidden dialogue around here? Okay, sure. I think I've found a little bit with the bark of the tree hadn't been painted yet in the sink. Will you draw? Do what you gotta, Chris. Chris picked up a pencil. He began by sketching what they had seen behind the tree. Oh, are you actually gonna try to convey this to me, Chris? That's very kind of you. But as they sketched, the line began to err, as if the pencil had lost its way. So they started again, drawing over the lines they had already made. Many times they would suddenly halt. The pencil drifted into a new drawing. They started over again. Through many repetitions, their movements became faster and smoother. Till without looking, they had completed a sketch in a single wild line. In the end, as a result of layering the sketches on top of each other, the surface of the canvas was nothing more than a monochrome smear. Next, a tree was painted over it. Painted over everything. Leaving nothing but a simple still life. After all, there wasn't anything to look at in the room besides a single tree. Specifically, Chris picked up a pencil, not you. I'm aware. Chris got up, seeing the painting was complete. But their hand, smudged with graphite, ooh, was still moving, as if to trace some unseen shape. An egg was picked up from a nearby easel. This whole bit implies that Chris was traumatized by whatever they saw in the past and had to go to art therapy. Whenever they try to sketch what they saw, they paint a tree over it to repress it. Try to go where the sink is. I had that thought once they said smudged in graphite. The sink. Ran water over your hands and dried them. Between your fingers, a faint gray crease glittered stubbornly. You can never wash it all away. Oh. Oh, the other easel's gone. There's not a man here. Yeah, that line implies a lot that Chris has a lot of guilt. Oh, nope, that's the sink. Near the canvas, like ghost pipes? I'm trying to, but... like, there really doesn't seem to be anything. The sink. Like, I'm canvassing this place. I'm looking... like, are you sure? Like, the only other thing is not a man. In the sink. Like, I'm going to the door. Like, this is right behind the door. I'm not seeing anything. Nothing's reacting. I'm not bumping into anything. Alright. Yeah. Clean my glasses too, I'm smudging. Bit better. Chris, can you remove the ceiling for us? I can't see shit. I realize this must be very annoying for you, who probably can see all this crap, but I can't. This is probably the first time this has happened. I mean, the only things I'm running into are not a man in the sink. I'm gonna pause it for... Go to the far right as I can. Okay. Dunskies. Step 2. This is as far right as I can go. Down right, I guess? This is as far down right as I can be. Like, the thing is, the other canvas is straight up gone. Like, I have to think maybe I can only do it before Chris draws, is what I have to imagine. Because the other painting in the room is gone. It's not here anymore. I'm sorry I missed it, but I can't undo what the game had me do. How'd the session go? Say art is therapeutic. Maybe they're gone too. Which one of you was the patient, anyway? Well, you got paid, didn't you? Did get an egg. Bit hard to read the characters, but it looks like this. Yeah. Look through the glass. Nothing happened. Use the egg. What do I do with the egg in this chapter? Alright, time to do the other thing I'm here for. Sacred moss. Eat it? Moss was consumed with gusto. And now Moss Most! Yes! I got it! The ultimate title. Munch the most moist mosses. All the moss in the entire game. Even shared the moss in Chapter 2. Just like Chapter 3, you do nothing else with the egg. Okay. Hey. Love finds its way to the girl. Yeah, I played Undertale. Love means something else to me. Main gist of what you miss, there was another person drawing there asking if you were there for painting too. Typically they say, this is where they paint pictures and don't kill each other. That's fucked up.
What does that mean? That I...
A little heart inside of it, yeah.
Chris, I gotta find the next one. You can stay here.
Now, it's interesting that Susie says Chris can stay here, while she goes to possibly find more about her love life. There's multiple ways to read that. I think the most likely is Susie's embarrassed and doesn't want Chris to know that's what she's looking for. Yeah, the phrase "where we don't kill each other" is very ominous, and for what it implies. Yeah. Almost implying Chris might have done that. Now, I don't think that's very likely, though. We see in the light world, Chris doesn't have any execution points. I don't think Chris killed a person. If they did, it was a complete accident. They might have, allowed someone to die, but I do not think Chris killed a person. Simply because there is the EXP thing that lends credence to no. Now, we don't know the full mechanics of how that's supposed to work, I will grant. Some people theorize that you can just lose points over time or something if you don't keep killing people, but I don't know. We're still allowed someone to die and feels guilty. Yeah, or seemingly die, you know? Because there's someone who comes to mind that Chris might feel guilty about thinking is dead, but who Chris might now know isn't. And that information is being used against them a little. The girl! Yeah, Chris has to solo this one. Wickabell. Never you mind why I'm so good at the timing on that, and with that image. Trembel with Trebel. But nobody came, is what those little lines say in Morse code, by the way. Or at least they do in Undertale. I'm not sure what they say here. They might say something else for all I know. Badger. Gallery of Ancient Faces. Home to Club Apathia. It is an archaeological exhibit. Today's history, tomorrow's archaeology. How rustic our ancestors were, no headdress in sight. They must have concerned themselves only with their work. We should be like them. We should eat only nuts and seeds. I don't know about that one, Chief. Imagery of the girl having a right-side-up heart rather than a monster's upside-down heart. More fuel for your Susie Gets the Soul agenda. Now, some people have questioned if the upside-down hearts for Monster Souls was just because they were facing the opposite direction in Undertale, you know? That if that wasn't necessarily to imply that that's what their souls looked like. Beautiful specimen, although only the hard carapace remains. If only we could see its delicate pieces. It may have had beautiful feathers, or even a fleshy posterior. No, this is what it looked like. I do wonder, Gallery. I wonder why the prophecy is kind of like glitching out about this part here. Like, it's showing it all weird and flipped, and sometimes with the heart, sometimes without. Like, what's happening to it? Waiting to turn into stone. Hurry up, will you? The statue stand has your name on it. Yes, you will be a fossil too, won't you? Perfectly in tune. Bebel, bebel, booble, bubble, toil and trouble. Yeah. Perform. Perfect tune. It was super effective. The answer was love? Yeah. Very you to get away. Human souls when you fight Omega Flowey and Asgore are also right side up, so upside down hearts are probably monster souls. Which again makes it significant the girl has a right side up heart, symbolic of a human soul. Now, of course, we also don't for sure know how monster souls work in this universe, because the physical difference between monsters and humans doesn't seem to be the same as it is in Undertale. It's possible the souls aren't so different in this world either. It has to base on an assumption. But it is a reasonable assumption, so I'm not going to call it wrong whole cloth. A huge fossil falling down, breaking, smashing everything. Ha ha ha! I myself will be crushed as well. These ancient once called organisms seem to have lived a simple life. Look how they band together. Lessons could be learned, could be learned. So stone cooler, not particularly useful. Gotta keep your character switch agenda alive? I know. Look how realistic the rendering of the water is by the stone. Our progenitors, this must have been the peak of beauty. Actually, it was, yes. I mean, I don't think this is Miss Mizzle specifically, who is... No! The original! Starwalker! An original-looking statue. No! What's become of him? He looks so... original. By God. You maniacs! You blew him up! You blew it all up! Overachiever. Familiar looking statue. This guy's already statue. How the hell did he do that? Stone tablets carved in man's beard. Font of knowledge. Spellings were different back then, and better. Awful beast, or at least this creature was before our time. In the body shape, it seems to have eaten meat and fire. Oh, in the treasure chest, inside with some money. Into my money hole. Yeah, why are these all around? Like, is the prophecy fucking up? Why is there this many of it?
Chris, hey, didn't I tell you to wait for a sec? If something about me here, then I...
Alright, Susie and Soul Buddy Cop Adventure. Weird Route.
Told you we'd see some... I told you we'd see something interesting. Right, brat?
I actually have had someone come in here and be like, you sound like Sukuna, and that's enough for me to watch your stream. And I was like, okay. I don't think I do, but if other people hear it, awesome.
In chain.
We were talking earlier that in the Weird Route, I really am just straight up fucking Sukuna Matata.
Huh?
Last prophecy, story's end.
Last prophecy. This.
You hear it? I hope you hear it. Unless you got synesthesia, then maybe you can see it.
What happens at the end?
Save the world, there's only one way.
It's...
Someone actually made like a little... I guess you could call it an animation to even the tune of the prophecy that matches up the words to like the beat. And they had the very interesting theory that, and I talked about this before, I think it's an interesting theory that could be true, is that what the prophecy is saying has to happen is they have to seal the Castletown Dark Fountain.
Telling us how to save the world? Hey, Chris, this will make everything easy, right? Hey, I was reading that. Old man.
Now, I think this... So, this isn't the old man. This is a weird statue that looks like him. One of the I think it's actually the statue that was in the back room. I think it was animated by Susie's fears of her new... probably the only teacher she's ever liked being disappointed in her. And I think that happens because she does remember Gerson destroyed the prophecies a lot. And I think she subconsciously realizes Gerson wouldn't be happy with her going for it too much. This could be random happenstance, though. The floor just breaking there. Don't know why that happened.
Long way back up. Floor. Is something down there? Guess that answers that.
Luckily, these don't add to your kill count. Could do it anyway, though, if I really wanted to. Sorry, I can't really read chat right now. This part's time sensitive. Whoop whoop. Whoa. That one's just mean. Oh dear. Woo! They want it to happen.
Gotcha. Be more careful, dumbass.
Literally no options.
Come on, I see the top.
Run! Chris, why did you pull your sword out for this shit? It's only slowing you down. Okay. You were replaying the chapter, you thought, oh, that door lines up with the fountain. Probably go there at the end of chapter 7. 2. Susie's opposed to that, because that means she'll never get to see her friends again. All the Darkners there would be doomed to being inanimate forever. Basically having to sacrifice her new friends, which she'd be fully against. Soul Sequence was thinking trailer shot. Yeah. I think that's a very good, what the prophecy demands happen possibility. And I think defying that part of the prophecy is something that for sure we're gonna have do. And that was close. Hey, Chris, I think I see it. Come on. It just makes sense for the type of story the prophecy is. Yeah.
That's right, it's the old man's study. Must have been leading us here, right?
Of course, she wants to think the best of her friend.
All we gotta do is get a hold of him.
Fires run empty. In its place, a stale glow which offers no warmth. Unmanned table of item. Take some?
Hey, that's the old man's, dumbass. Yeah, I'll leave some money or something.
Take it for 99? Nah. Oh, screw it. I'll do it.
Dude, that's a 100. Costs 99. We gotta make change. Screw it, I'm not doing that.
You paid an extra $1 for the Rhapsody. Rhapsody was added to your storage. Oh yeah, I knew about that, but I'd never done it before. Types of stories deal a lot with having to let go of the type of escapism these worlds and adventures provide. Makes sense the designated ending would be closing off darkness forever, including the Grand Fountain. Whereas, I think, honestly, the kind of story Toby would want to tell is... You don't have to let go of escapism. Just moderate it. You don't have to just let go of fantasy and fun and adventure. You gotta grow up, but that doesn't have to go away. I think that's a much nicer story than you have to let it go someday. Chris don't got $1.
Hey, Chris. Think he'd want to come to our castle town? I mean, obviously he would, right? I mean, taking the hammer, but I'm sure he'd be cool with it though, right?
Hoping Chapter 5 actually opens with us going to the church and seeing what we can snatch. I think those are like disposable cups, so those will probably be easy. Jack, I doubt they'll miss him too much. He's banished to a closet. But stuff like Bell, I guess if some of it actually is like communion wafers and juice, stealing that wouldn't be too big a deal. That's stuff that gets eaten anyways. Like, the bells and organs, that might be a little tricky. Like, that's like actual stuff that they need, you know? Like, a big thing for the first 3 chapters was the stuff we're taking is stuff that's not really being missed. Like, that was the whole conceit of it, is they've been abandoned. But taking stuff from this chapter, like, I can see us getting Jack at least. Okay. Probably the conclusion Susie herself is going to come to and will lead her to unlocking a new future. Also explains Ralsei's fatalism and why he urges for Susie to make real friends. Yeah, believing he's doomed to just disappear. So yeah, kind of a hint right here, because there's actually supposed to be a statue right away when you come in here.
Damn, it's dark in here. Hey. Hey, old man, the hell are you doing?
Ralsei has accepted his and other Darkners' role in this type of story. It's the imaginary friends that need to be let go in order for the protagonist to grow and make real connections. Yeah, darkness warps what you can see. But what if it got darker than dark? What if it got even darker still? So darkness in the dark world actually, I think that's what these mazes are. The darkness of the dark world literally creating a maze. because you can't see where you are, even in the not seeing. How's Chris gonna grab the water? It'll be tricky, but Miss Mizzle is worth it.
Hold the hell down, old man. Trying to talk to you.
I would die for her, or kill others.
Damn, can't see anything in here. Hey, Chris, wait a sec. You hear that noise?
Yeah. This is calibrating whether or not you can hear properly in the game, and I think if you actually, like, fuck this up, they don't try to give you sound cues for the fight after this. I hear it, though.
Sounds like it was coming from...
You're right.
Yeah, it totally sounds like...
A violin?
Yeah, this way. Another noise. Sounded like it was coming from...
Left, for sure.
Yeah, it totally sounds like...
Church bell.
Hey, I heard something again. Damn it. Chris, I slipped and fell down somewhere.
Wait, what was that sound? Oh, it was Susie tripping.
There, okay, I'm gonna look for a way back.
Now here, I think this is very interesting, what's about to happen right here, because I think this is Chris actually working with me on something we agree on. Chris kinda knows how I work because of Ralsei. Heard the instrument, but you didn't know which way it was coming from, so direction indicators just never left during the fight. I think that's a fair way for people, and it also makes it so you're not fucked over if you're hard of hearing IRL. Which, that would suck playing a Toby Fox game, you can't hear the soundtrack. Chris got the built-in Soul GPS. Left in complete darkness. Nothing left to do but close your eyes. Think about how Susie is doing now. Like, I saw this really cool little comic someone made. Just like a sort of a what-if for a later chapter, where it's Chris and the Soul kind of coming to terms with each other. Just kind of accepting, for a normal route specifically, obviously. Where the two kind of finally are moving fully in sync. Chris gets this transformation and calls the player partner. And I think Chris calling me partner would be such a warm and fun parallel to Kara's calling you partner in the genocide route. Like a reverse, like a mirror of it. I think that would be so cool. Yep, Chris uses the switch to Susie's perspective mechanic to find Susie. Hey, Bathwater, you being weeby again?
And the hell am I gonna find a way back?
Chris, she's over here! Wait, you can't hear me talk.
Maybe if I just try and listen what's around me?
Maybe.
Old man? Old man, that's you, right? Old man, hey, we've been looking for you. There's like this door code and I thought you might know the... Hey, old man.
And the movie's pretty soon, though. Just wanted to say hi. Oh, what movie are you going to see, Bathwater?
Are you... okay?
Superman? Figured it was probably that or Fantastic Four. I hear it's good.
Oh man, what are you doing? Why are you attacking me? You aren't trying to teach me something, are you?
You're fantastic. Thank ya.
Hey, what's the big idea? It's me, Susie. I'm your friend, right?
I think this is showcasing Susie's greatest fear that she's gonna let down the people she cares about and they're going to abandon her.
Wrote your letter for you, don't you? Don't you recognize me?
Especially because she already feels a little guilt for making this dark fountain.
Yeah. Say something already. Come on, say something already! I'm telling you, I don't want to hurt you, so just...
Boom! There you are, partner. Susie, protection time.
Chris, hey. Chris, there's something wrong. Something wrong with the old man. We have to figure out how to get through to him.
You talked, but nothing happened.
Chris, why doesn't he recognize me? I have to stop him before anyone gets hurt.
Air crackles with sound.
I knew I screwed up.
Yep.
I screwed up making this dark world. Trying to see him again even though he's already...
Yeah.
Old man, listen, I screwed up, I know, but we can bring you to our castle town. Bring you there, you'll be all better.
Again, Susie remembers. Ralsei told her that, like, the stone thing would be fixed in the pure darkness. She reasons whatever she did wrong. Maybe that'll be fixed if they bring him there. Left, yeah. That one always catches me.
We don't have to hurt you. You don't have to hurt us.
Ah, dang it. Owie.
If Ralsei shows up, he can use Pacify, right, Chris? All you have to do is wait for the old man to get tired.
Yeah. Actually end this fight early by using heal. Oh. I actually just built up enough TP to do it, I think.
Screw it, old man. It's really you, I know. I know something you gotta recognize. See this? You didn't forget my green sparkles, did you? What the hell? What happened to his...
Imagine you'd actually have to be pretty good to get that even a little earlier with how this is set up. Notice how Ralsei just straight up killed that thing? I assume whatever that was even less than a Darkner. Like, Ralsei crushed that thing to pieces and no remorse.
Susie. That wasn't the old man. Huh? The statue's in his shape from his study.
Reversal rules here. Susie becomes more pacifistic and Ralsei becomes more attack-oriented. Yeah.
must have begun moving when you made this dark world. A statue? Then the old man. He's not in this world, sadly. Darkness patterned after the memory of a loved one tend to only appear in very specific darknesses. Even if we tried to bring him to Castletown, he...
Why didn't you say something earlier?
Huh? First the roaring thing, you not being real.
Yeah, Chris is in shadow the entire scene, Susie and Ralsei are in the light. Because this is Ralsei's secrets coming to light, but Chris's are still back there. Also, yes, imminent death.
Now this, what's wrong with you? You know something, why don't you just... tell us?
Every time, like, lightning flashes, Chris is just completely gone.
I'm sorry, I know so many things, I know so many things, I don't know when to say them.
Well, this expression on Susie, you can see how distraught she is. Yeah, it's very different from the comical version of that pose. Where on some level, like, she's mad, but she's all... she's mad, but it seems like she's having fun being mad, like... Argh! Whereas here, she's mad, and it's upsetting. And then when Ralsei kind of starts talking, like, she closes her mouth.
I don't want to say them to worry you two. I end up not saying anything. What do you mean, you know so many things? About the rules of this world. About the prophecy. About what the prophecy says will happen. I didn't ask to know, but I do.
Yep, Chris completely gone right there.
I'm sorry if it creeps you out.
Even Ralsei wants to tell Susie everything. Still doesn't say everything for obvious reasons.
I'm sorry if I don't tell you everything. It's just sometimes knowing things. It hurts. If anyone's going to hurt, let it just be me, okay?
Again, Ralsei believes his own suffering is unimportant. Which would match up really well if he believed he's the only one destined to disappear.
Oops, I'm sorry.
No matter how much Ralsei wants to open up, probably never wants for Susie to find out about why this world has rules, about the other entity living with Chris's soul. I imagine Ralsei is quite scared of Susie learning about that. What,
Ralsei, is that why you've been acting so weird today? Why you keep... I've just been trying to stay ahead of you two.
Last thing Ralsei would want is for Susie to learn everything about all that, have a Jevil or Spamton-style breakdown. Spamton-style, I wonder. They say he learned something from the voice, but I don't know that he's learned the true nature of the world in its entirety. Because I think Spamton is very mistaken about a lot of things. Spamton seems to... For example, I think Spamton knows about the soul, but I don't think he understands that it is a separate entity from Chris. He seems to understand its power, but not what it truly is.
You don't have to see it, so you won't. Because it would... See what? The ending of the prophecy. What, that last prophecy thing? Susie, you didn't. No, I mean, we almost did. Please let me go ahead from now on, please. I'll do every area. I'll do all the work. And next time, too. You two can just hang out and have fun. You do all the puzzles I can. Not stealing the goddamn puzzles from me, goat child. I will rend you in twain. Puzzles are what I live for in this game. Hey, look, it's okay, man. The last prophecy thing, I don't need to see it. So, if it helps, whenever you gotta, you can go ahead alone. Everything else, we're doing it together as a team. And nothing's gonna change that. Nothing. Whether you like it or not, Toothpaste Boy.
I didn't know some stuff and ran the completely wrong direction. Yeah. They gave him the formula, but not what it's used for.
First noogie to make someone cry. Sorry. I'm just glad you're friends with me. I'll be more honest, Susie, I promise.
As a team. Meanwhile, Susie and Ralsei are having this heartwarming moment. Chris is in the back in shadow, yeah. As a team. In shadow. Even Chris's expression is usually shadowed. Chris is technically not a part of the team? That's debatable.
Even if it means sounding weird. Ralsei. Couldn't get any weirder if you tried. You too, Susie. Thanks.
Chris isn't being honest, at least. Yeah.
Let's get out of here, Chris. Susie, a few things I still can't say, but now on I want to tell you everything I can. So, know any codes to any doors? No? I do not.
Ever-present theme of Chris being isolated from Susie and Ralsei. I'm the most important, Kaka. No matter what, I'm still here. Do you want to know what I know, Kaka?
Not now, dude. Then, anything about Noelle? I know which items of ours she can equip. And again, you're supposed to equip ribbons. Yeah, you actually know Jack, great.
Chris isn't on the team. Susie isn't a chosen one. Is there anyone in the fun gang who's supposed to be here? I mean, Prince from the Dark, Lonely Prince from the Dark, that could also apply to Lancer if you really think about it, so...
But this leads back to the start.
You three want to know the code to the door?
Yeah.
It's 2202. Ha, it's written on me, since I'm the most important.
Thanks. We'll go seal the fountain.
Yeah, Lancer.
Okay.
It is interesting, Ralsei's wearing, like, light blue here. Because of the color shift. I think it's inevitable Susie's gonna find out about us. It'd be very narratively unsatisfying if she didn't. Ralsei's not gonna be the one to tell her at first. I think the hypothetical character switch moment is when Susie's gonna find out, Ralsei will reveal that he knew the whole time.
Oh, this is it. Be in a sec. Back again.
Yeah, where's the knife? Susie put it into the ground to make that dark fountain, and then they land in. Now we come out, and it's gone. Where'd it go?
Now.
The reason you advocate for Susie character switch, Susie bonding with us, helping her out, give her the perspective she needs on Chris' situation in order to better reach them.
It's the same as before. The first time.
Also, noteworthy that you can't see, like, Ralsei's Light World item out there. Like, you can't see it. Actually makes a lot more sense for Lancer to be the prince, since Ralsei really just calls himself the prince as Lancer is an actual prince. I mean, kinda.
Suppose the original Dark World was formed partially of the fountain inside there, too. Knight's two fountains. And it makes sense there'd be a similar world as before. Just similar, huh? Chris, the knight's waiting in there. There's no time to think about anything else. Let's go. Wait. What? Can we pose? Fine, dumbass.
There's really not... Actually, there is a little bit to go back and see. Or for Susie to properly bring Chris out of the Knight's side, need to first understand their whole relation to the soul and how that factors in their whole situation. Could have been.
Once you emerge from the green flame, now you may as well head back through. But he's fallen to naught more than a lonely shack.
You're a shack. Yeah, you can kind of look around and see a little bit of bonus stuff.
Back, you zombie! Obesity existence offends my lady!
Hey, he's still doing that. Dark Hero, Acts of Justice, Mossmost. And the bottom of Chris' character arc is twofold. Accepting how Chris feels about the soul and their role as its cage, their actual motivation to follow the Knight. Yeah.
Oh, she awakened. How unfortunate. Seems fun. I mean unfortunate. I don't really mind her song. It's a bit pleasant, actually.
Tremble, crumble, I have awakened. Noble person, you shall be the first victim of my song. Ring, bell of disaster, ring! Haha, any moment now you shall crumble. Yeah, dead on the spot. Best way for Susie to comprehend all the soul nonsense is to get first-hand experience. I don't think there's anything right there specifically.
I came here to seek the sage's advice on my journey. Surely this legend shall make me a righteous hero. If it doesn't make me a righteous hero, then it really sucks.
More Lord Ralsei or Ralsei von last names than he owns a castle at least. Eh.
My cup, my lad, listen to my long tale. A's for apple, B's for bee, C's for... News for new.
I actually don't know what that thing's called. Those, Mirror Ralsei. $5 the shadow will grow. That actually made a really cool Chapter 6 animation about what a potential Susie character switch would be like during the roaring. I also saw a bit of an interesting, kind of Susie roaring animation. Called something like Bibliox? Yeah, that's what the old book guy is called. I meant I don't know what the little tilde over the N is called. That letter. I saw like basically what happens if the player gives up, and it's like the Dark Fountain just grows and grows and grows, and Susie can't do shit about it. She goes to it, tries to seal it with her soul, it doesn't work. Like, Chris just stays dead. Like, Ralsei turns to stone in front of her. She's just there watching the roaring happen, because she can't do a damn thing about it. Can't go in, too crowded. Line just to get out. Meanwhile, I'm in the line to get in. Between us, it's a deadlock. Standing still in a line, it's so exhilarating. Even if I'm in a line by myself. Relax. Ah. Your TP was recovered. Because you're out of battle, it doesn't matter. Yeah, heavy Switch. On the Switch version, it's Switch exclusive content, is the joke they make. Let's see. I don't think there's too much here. Oh, there once was a great fortepiano up above, how it sang in gold. Yeah, he's just saying it's not there anymore. Really cool if you tried to give up, but Susie just picks you up and says, not so fast, dumbass. Animation has a lot of cool moments, like us speaking through Susie in dialogue, Susie understandably being freaked out when it happens, a moment where she briefly looks at the screen like Chris does and seeing something, us. Yeah, I've seen some interesting, like, animations and stuff where Chris can literally see, like, a very distorted, because it's trying to portray it in their bitrate, like, image of the player. I've seen some people really play up how creepy that might look if the lighting's off. Well, a joke? Why wouldn't you fight with a broken pencil? Laugh before the punchline. What's worse than Ralsei in a trash can? Hey, want a donut? You mean a hurts one? Knock knock. Well, once upon a time, there was a lonely kingdom. In it, there lived a prince who had scarcely known anyone else until one day... Okay. Ralsei's just kind of done with that annoying thing. No trauma dumping. A pumpkin bastard. Enemy bad lighting. Lighteners are gonna make fun of you. Yeah. This room needs to be decently lit so I can do this show. Like, my face can be tracked. Oh, talking archaeology. It's easier to worship the placid stone. Still, my ancestors want to kick my ass, I must simply allow it. Said they know what an acorn is, that's no good. You know, it means you can't ask what it is. Where's our great ancestor? This babbling fool must have done something. Begone, begone! Like, coming back to find... that bullcrap. Wonder which book Chris would like. Read her also. Oh, Chris, you wanna read to me? Why, of course, I'll give you my rapt attention. Just let me know when I should applaud.
Chris, doesn't that book only have pictures?
I don't think Susie would be instantly friendly to us, not a two friends way. Would warm up to us later as we help her.
This is gonna tie the goddamn room together. Here are books here. Read to me or I'll say. Chris, you want me to read this book to you? Gladly, just give me a second. Ahem. This book seems to only have pictures. And, swears. How are you guys doing with my book?
Buddy cop arc with Susie and the Soul. Quite possibly. We're not accepting further donations at this time. Take our money, steal from us, beat us down.
What is that? How did that thing get here? Why does its interior decoration suck ass?
What a weird you throw dollars. You have change? Nope. Yeah, nothing else about this thing. I thought I'd look. Just a little bit of fun stuff to find around town here. Not too much, but yeah, little bits. Ah, soldiers, bring with you. See you to join the ranks of the captains? Ah yes, the captains, that's what they're called. Piano-like organ rests above, opening the way. Yeah. These guys don't have anything new to say. Oh. Lightning service has never gone on without me. Yeah. Here's the fire extinguisher. Chariot cannot be stopped. I don't think there's anything up here, especially for you to do. Yeah, you just do that again if you really want to. I found most of the statue-y places. Those are where it really changes. All around you, blue glass glitters like crystals. As you approach it, the glowing light shines through them, creating a prism only you can see.
You hear that? Second fountain. It's calling us. Now you must already be over there. Chris, let's go.
Interesting that Chris actually does speed up if you walk for enough time. Do not like this room because these are set up weird. Go back the armor thing? What armor thing? I know there's still a thing I can get in this room. Okay, that spot there. You gotta go here to see it. The Angel Banished will finally meet with its desire.
Hey, below the words, that picture. Hell is that supposed to be?
I have the distinct impression it's fucking me.
That's the angel, Susie. But to my understanding, it actually looks like. I don't know about that, man.
What other thing you did last time? It's in the room with the book enemies. And it made you feel strange, and not investigate further. Water thing did last time. Room with the book enemies. I guess I'll go figure out what the hell you're talking about. I really do not know. Water thing. Now this. Flashback. He wobbles like a topper, I'll say rotates like a gyro. Remember. Really hard to describe. I still am not sure what it actually is. I'm just... Spare! They'll hear the ring of Heaven's call. Oh yeah, I specifically couldn't do this last time, is where I think you're mistaken. Damn it, almost had it there. My stick went the wrong way. Ah, damn it, how did I almost do that the first time? I'm gonna hate myself forever if that's as close as I ever get. Ah, fuck! Like a frame off! Jesus Christ! I feel like that's way too tight. Oh, just barely. Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, okay. No, it takes you back across for free. Okay. I would have been mad if that actually just brought you back and dropped you. They'll see the tail of hell take crawl. What the fuck is that? Heaven's crawl, the tail of hell crawl. The treasure chest inside was princess ribbon. Added to your armors. Note of this. Elegant lace ribbon with gloves, delicate enough to see through. That's what people think is friend's tail. Nah, gloves don't fit. That's your reasoning for it? Cute. Gloves don't fit. Chris doesn't mention anything, but... honestly, Chris actually uses attack a bit. Or else it really doesn't. Like, especially for the fight I'm about to have. Hey, the tension bow and the wafer guard keep his defenses up. Not as high as ours. Maybe I should give him the Shadow Mantle. Oh, wafer guard actually has the same defense as Shadow Mantle. Interesting. In that case, keep it on Chris for aura. Hear the ring of Heaven's call. Yeah. On the last 3 tile, you go to a secret room. How would you fall in the last 3 tiles? And besides, I did fall in the last one. Ah, damn it. Got me distracted. You mean the last tile where there's 3 of them? The Jockington room? What? I've already been to that room. It's not secret. And nothing happened when I did it just there. Or do I have to specifically be on this one? Yeah, nothing happened. Are you sure? Like... You only know some of how to get there? Okay, then tell me the sum you know, because... the part you said didn't make anything happen. Like... Okay, it's in the middle one. Jockington grows the beard. Before the clock strikes midnight, the shadow will grow. No, the shadow will grow. Serpentine. Jockington grows the beard. I've talked at length about what I think that means. That didn't really give me any new information. Just takes you back to there. Go to the right. And water, fire, air, the triple trouble to the left. Nice massage. What are you doing? Wait. Ah, this is so much crap. Jesus Christ. I desperately need healing right now. Ah, damn it. I hate those. Build a spirit and then block up. Who's there? Who's there? Wah. Okay. Dazzle. Actually, better heal. Do a little practice there. I'll say makes toothpaste. Better heal. Am I still dreaming? Ow. Damn it, I hate the friggin' fall. I hate the falling attack. There's not a lot I can do to dodge it, if you think about it. For a second. Smells like teens, smells like spirits. Okay. Dazzle Mizzle. Sip politely. Who's there? Who's there? Dazzle Mizzle. Spare Mizzle. I'm not sure what the ghost is saying. The Gwei. I'm pretty sure Gwei is literally just Chinese for ghost. Which Chinese, don't ask me. Damn it. Fuck. I really do see why the old man has to give you a hint to do that. Nope. Tire him out a little. It's all tired. Better heal. Pacify. Cut down its cost a little bit. The Flower Man trapped in asylum. Now, it's interesting it says trapped in asylum. Asylum, so what it could mean is trapped in being insane. But that's not what asylum means. Asylum means like sanctuary. Trapped in his safe space. Trapped in, well, his delusions, frankly. His safe delusions that this can be fixed. There's no treasure, only experience. The other side of your mind. You missed something there? Yes. Elia, your hands are shining. You took and made. Tickets and cards, drawn in gray. A trace. Repeated. It's all so clear. I'd be a lie if I said I understood it. They're all lies now. Yes, it's fun being a liar. Asgore is going to want to stay in his dark world. And I think that could be a good reason for Asgore to actually fight back, even against his own child. Chris trying to drag him out of that. Like, I don't foresee him actually physically striking Chris, but I see him setting up obstacles and actually being kind of a danger. Yeah. It's a cacophony. Perfectly in tune. All musical acts became strong. Tale which must be followed. I am humbled. Damn it. Son of a... Where am I supposed to go to dodge that shit? Kill yourself, Rawls. What isn't Deltarune? Any other game I play which are... Fuck me! Fighting against Chris thing that makes everyone AFP. Because him fighting his own child is a heavy thing for him to do. Yeah. It's interesting, Chris, the most musically inclined, can get 100% when harmonizing like that. Whereas Susie seems to actually mess up harmonizing when she does that kind of thing. And a free wafer guard I don't need. Alright, I guess. Yeah, it gives you the thing, even though you could totally figure that out by yourself. I'm used to these sliding puzzles like this, so... I know about the corner slides. Him getting in a battle with Chris also opens up the possibility of him killing Chris. You can die in boss fights. Or at least capable of accidentally killing Chris and Noelle after all. Yeah. Now, what you could line it up as They could make it like a sort of a fake boss fight, where... And do it really interesting, where if you actually don't do anything, it eventually turns into Asgore's attacks literally stop doing damage because he doesn't want to hurt his child. Or like, he'll bring you low, but then never actually kill you. I think that could be an interesting fight, like an unlosable fight. Or maybe one kind of paralleling Toriel's fight, where he does actively stop trying to hit you, but you can accidentally run into his things and go down. And you get one frame of... Bring out Judgment. You've been kind, spared everyone you could. All the recruits. Miss Mizzle is the strongest thing here. Level 38, jeez. Alright, up we go. Also, being around is not going to be good for Asgore. Yeah, that might throw him into some things. The fountain. There feels its presence just past this wall. Maybe they'll finally, like, have a character talk about how much... A thing you can't miss that discusses why Ralsei looks like Azrael. I think that could be a good time. Maybe if Chapter 5 is going to be Ralsei's chapter as a whole. Hey, wait. How are we going to climb up there now? Brains need help. Mr. Jack, what are you doing here? It's dangerous. Yeah, get back to the study, dude. Jack, fear no danger. Brains help Jack climb out of pit of bad feelings and loneliness. Was another possibility brought up by others, and maybe Friend could also be manipulating Asgore. Some point, forcibly possess Asgore at some point, force him to attack the Fun Gang. That's a stretch. We know so little about Friend. I feel like Friend theories are so... You just throwing shit at the wall with those. We know next to nothing about that thing. And it might be nothing. Like, it might genuinely just be Toby fucking with you. Jack will help Frains claim anything now. Not like we have another choice anyway. Okie dokie on my shoulders, please. Technically controlling Jack here. Wall becomes thin here, let's be careful. Don't worry, Jack, just hang on and... Totally not just... Oh, no. You guys, the hell are you doing here? I apologize for our belated realization. But you three are the heroes, are you not? Story of your kindness has become legendary. Oh, did you see him? Blink and you'll miss. There he is. You might have seen him the second time. He's back. The original Starwalker. And so, post-haste, we come to aid you in your battle. Go forth and defeat the knight. Oh, the knight just no-sells that idea of them climbing and destroys the pillar outright. I'm not sure what the plan was at that point, just keep this around as long as possible. Guess being nice kind of pays off. Let's go kick that knight's ass. I am genuinely curious. Is the knight a dark element enemy? Would the knight take extra damage for the black shard? I think that's something some of the data miners are going to need to check out. Like, see if... I imagine mechanically no at the moment. I wonder if in the future it will. Getting dark, let's stick together. Everybody come closer. Well, pretty much is, because the knight has a lot of connections to the Titans. Yeah. But it's interesting the knight's own weapon is likely the greatest tool against the Titans. Because this fight becomes really easy with this weapon. Oh, damn it. It's so dark we can't see anything. This keeps up, we'll be... Hang on, I think I have a... There it is. I knew I had a pull cord in this thing somewhere. Sorry about the delay, you three.
Chris? Chris, what is that light?
Alright, 4 swords this time. Alright, fine, 5 swords. Alright, fine. 7 swords. Ow. Okay, so the dodgeable ones do actually have way less damage. But dodgeable is also a strong word for what that was. I was caught on the lip a little there. Alright, fine, no more dodging. Shadow Mantle protecting against darkness and star attacks. Ugh. This mechanic right here. I think this mechanic is a secret weapon that will also help make up the power difference between us and the knight. Yeah, maybe the light will, maybe bringing in more light will let TP build crazy fast. Don't worry, y'all, I found a light switch. It's me.
Lizzie, what are you doing? Like I'm gonna let Chris hog all the bullets.
Peak teamwork. Yeah, that one looked like it fucking hurt. Double this one. Says, maybe you shouldn't tank anymore. The Knight is a Titan-like entity. This mechanic helps to defeat those entities. Yeah, but the Titan doesn't incur darkness, which I'm still of the opinion they shouldn't bring back.
Is any pain I can take in your place? I'll be there, okay?
Self-destructive, but very useful at the moment, I'll say. Get up, little goat boy. This is a great moment in general, yeah.
Looks like that's the end of it. Yeah. Let's finish this.
Yep. Let's finish this.
You.
I'm sure it's such a great little animation. It's very sketchy, like it's not fully done, but it's so cool. It's of, I imagine it's supposed to be this moment. Right before 3 Rude Busters back to back, yep.
Harder on this time, dumbass. I know where you put Toriel, but it's over. Fountain's just past you, isn't it?
So like, look at its kind of expression here.
Means we don't even have to beat you. All we have to do is get past you and it's over.
It's like, oh, you figured that part out.
You can't beat us in the light world, can you? That's why you keep running, isn't it?
But I think that reaction, there's 2 possibilities for this reaction. Reaction 1, it's exactly right, but it doesn't matter that Susie's right about this. Reaction 2, whatever the Knight is, it's still remarkably dangerous in the light world. Quite possible.
That's so funny. Chris White, are they laughing? They're laughing because you know I'm right, don't you?
Like an eye mouth, whatever thingamabob. Laughter here is the same as friends. Okay.
You lose that fountain. It's over. Don't.
Same sound effect. No, I assume that's what you meant, but I don't put too much stock in that. Again, I am not ruling out the very real possibility friend is just a troll.
I'll make another fountain.
Alright. How about 5 more? Oh, hey, it's the thing from the opening screen. I think this here wasn't planned. I think the Knight did this just to be a dick. Yeah, though I wonder why the Knight would put Chris in so much danger. Unless they fully believe the prophecy is unbreakable and therefore Chris can't die here. Or I suppose they know the player. If they know how the player works, they know doesn't matter if the player dies here. They'll just try again. Yeah, and this is great because of how terrifying and completely differently animated it is. It makes this thing seem so alien.
What is that thing?
It's a Titan.
Elza!
There's no time to explain. Everyone climb on, it won't attack itself. Chris has got this. Whatever the hell? Chris has got this. I like how this part is kind of 3D just to make it seem even more out of place. Double kill. Remember, you gotta go this way. Screw this lizard girl. He's a dragon. Oh dear. Owie. Yeah, I fucked that up. I wonder if it's possible to do that if you're fast enough. The speedrunners are working on that skip as we speak. Hey, motherfucker! Eat shit and die! One possibility, I imagine, is the Roaring Knight knows their weapon works so well against the Titans, and thinks that even if they bring the Roaring on, they'll still be able to just beat the Titans themselves. And then they can, from there, just make a perfect Dark World forever. That could be an interesting motivation.
Looks like we're safe. For the time being, if we stay here, only a matter of time till it finds us. Or I'll say, what the hell is that thing? And the fountain's power becomes too strong. The flow of darkness roars wild. It makes that Titan, the fear of dark, is the bump in the night, the shadow of the backside of your mind. There's no consciousness, only exists to destroy. How are we supposed to beat it? I don't think we can. It's hatching so fast. Unless... Chris, you can seal fountains, can't you? Maybe if the Titan is anything like a fountain, you could... It's found us. Yeah, or else they could just casually fucking fly. Find a place to climb back on fast. If we jump here, we can make it back on. Jump down. Yeah, those things that was chasing us. It's already spawning? You know what? Love this theme, Spawn. It's pretty badass. Yeah, no mercy for the monsters. Very off-style theme. They have no consciousness.
I don't feel bad getting rid of them. Some concerns that it is being tracked, but, you know. Still banish it, I guess, if I really want to. Kill one, banish the other, why not? You won. You became stronger.
Everyone alright? Yeah, let's get back on.
Now, it's interesting that gives 2 purifies and not 1 slain, 1 purified. I have to imagine that's a slight oversight, actually. I think we're going to be fighting a lot more of these guys later, especially since they have a counter for these enemies. Yep.
Something's coming after us.
I see it, but I'm hoping they ease up on the TP restriction, because it's really annoying and not a fun way to fight. It is mechanically very unfun for a fight that I'm supposed to want to do. They don't want to get rid of it entirely, fine, but ease up on how, like, that works. TP was, like, the big dodge thing, the like, big mechanic of this game that sets it apart from Undertale to make the battle system better. And taking that back away really hurts mechanically. Hey, Total, just in Chapter 5 onwards. How he gave Susie and Ralsei acts in Chapter 2 after realizing how monotonous only having Chris act would be. Yeah. He talked about during Chapter 1 how much he regretted not making acts more different from Fight, because in the end, because there was only really one ending to the first chapter. Like, there was only like a slight difference, so it really didn't feel that different.
Doesn't look like we can go much higher. Ralsei, are you okay?
It's interesting. If Chris is very injured, Chris will kind of stay on the ground here too. But I didn't get that hurt with Chris.
I'm fine, just a little rattled.
Keeps the excuse to give him both healing.
Susie. Don't mention it. Let's go.
World basked in purest light. Beneath it grew eternal night. The light and dark, both burning dire, a countdown to the Earth's expire. That first one, like I think I mentioned, that it sounds like the darkness naturally exists under the literal ground, which is why it comes out by striking the Earth. Fountains freed, the roaring cries, and titans shaped from darkened eyes.
End of the line, huh? It seems so. Guess we just wait for the Titan to show up, huh? No.
I like how it looks almost like a bald human head right now.
It's already been here the whole time.
Homestuck reference.
Hey, dumbass. I don't know if you got the memo, but we're heroes. There's a whole lot of stuff written in our lives we haven't gotten to see yet. Get out of our way, or as soon as my hand stops shaking, my axe is gonna chop you in half, got it?
Shaq? No, it's the Valve guy. Who, Valve Industries actually isn't sure who was.
Chris, Ralsei, let's go.
They just found a bald guy on the street and went for it. I wonder... Tell you what, I'm gonna do it once just to show what happens. Big damage. Ah, damn it. Ah, fuck. Beam is awesome, Guardian, yeah. It was not something that can understand mercy. Yep. Like, I appreciate the idea of picking up these collectibles and, like, breaking stuff with your light. I like that aspect of this darkness thing. Like, the collectibles part of it. I'm really not into how limited your TP gotta be. For a moment, you felt your heart being gripped. Yeah, sorry about that, Chris. Didn't mean to get you so hard. Ground shudders. A swarm is coming. That's probably not good. Damn it, just short. Flavor dialogue actually tells you what attack is coming next. Also like the knife fight, yeah. I've noticed that. There we go, TP max. It is unfortunate Chris has to unleash there, because Chris is your biggest damage during this. And Chris therefore misses the turn of it. Yeah, how little does this thing of a consciousness does this thing have? It's willing to shoot its own spawn. Just right then and there. No mercy, no nothing. Have one TV dinner, Rolls. There we go. Yeah, Chris is the damage. Yeah, damn it. While yelling attack, the rolls are fully reversed from general. Damn it, shield is back. Chris, take it down again. Working on that part. Okay, we got it low enough. Did we do it? Hey, wait, what is it doing? Literally consuming its own children to heal itself. That's how little of a conscience this fucking gross thing has. Yeah, the black knife makes this really, really easy. Is dual heal. Roll shine its power on Ralsei and Susie. Ralsei and Susie cast dual heal. Effectiveness of dual heal is lowered. Yeah, but I only need the one. Hey, Ralsei, how do we stop it? Never noticed eating the spawn is what makes it heal. Oh, really? Yeah, no, it's chomping them down. Like fucking popcorn chicken. It's so fucked. This thing has... There is nothing in this thing's brain other than destroy. It is a primal existence that is, I would say, beneath what any sentient being would ever consider. It literally does not deserve the semblance of life it has. The last attack of the Hyper Beam of Dark? Well, I've never seen it, because I always beat it before it uses that. I don't know. The Black Knife's damage multiplier is actually deactivated during this part. Because you can see Chris's... that was only higher than Susie's because it was a crit and Susie's was off. But they're very, very similar. Brain, there's nothing in there, it's just hollow. Damaging? I guess we're only damaging its outer shell. As long as the inside is intact, this battle will just keep... Titans and pure dark entities are basically the closest thing to demons in this game. Suppose just have to keep on fighting. What are y'all giving up for? You're not out of ideas yet, are ya? Yes! The Hammer of Justice. I still have a few things left to do. Old man, I thought you were... I was looking for a change of scenery. Titan glass when I throw an old man hammer at it. But this is a bit ridiculous. Come on, let's get this fella. Yeah. Gerson joined the party. So shining, a new act appeared. Duel Buster. And Ralse Slap It. Showing the old man and Susie. Boom. Yeah, not bad. Right? Though with only harm the outside. You know what to do, right? Yeah, even with the black knife, Susie and the old man do slightly more damage. Chris, I got an idea. But, you're gonna have to put your life in my hands. Kinda literally. I know you can win this by killing, but I love... It's so much faster and so much more fun to just purify it. What am I asking for? Oh no, I got this, right? Let's go. Susie's idea. Ah, screw it. Get dunked on. Come on and slam! And welcome to the jam! Come on and slam, if you want to jam. Woo! We did it. Hey, Chris, what's the deal with that red heart thing? Is that your... Wait a sec, the old man. Come on, we still gotta talk to him. Of course. I love this whole thing I saw. It's like, Gerson being taken away by the Grim Reaper, like, did the kids make it out safe? Actually, they're fighting a Titan right now. Old man, where'd you go? Shot of Susie and Chris circling the soul is immaculate. Also, Susie first noticing the soul is important. Yeah. Can't believe it actually worked. We actually defeated a Titan. We can do that, then. Chris, what? Where's Susie? Yeah, she ran ahead. Susie, wait! Last prophecy, story's in. Oh. Susie, stop! And then, when all hope is lost for the tale, the final tragedy unveils. Save the world, there's only one way. Susie, don't look! I'm wondering if Chris saw it. Susie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shut up. Susie bleeding. Talked about this. It's very ambiguous how meaningful that is. How are you apologizing for? Worried about that? Seriously?
stupid prophecy. Like something like that would happen. I wouldn't let it happen. Chris wouldn't let it happen. And obviously you wouldn't let it happen. So, why wouldn't you laugh? It's just stupid. Let's stop crying, okay? Everything's gonna be alright. Hey, Chris. Let's go seal the fountain, okay?
Action from Susie here. We can tell she's really stressed out by it and is trying to put on a brave face. Yeah. Held the crystal up to your eye. Some strange reason. The prophecy's text does not warp in the crystal's lens. You shook the crystal. However, nothing changed. So my theory on the shadow crystals is that the prophecy actually is rather malleable, but you can't alter the fixed things that are fixed to happen. The prophecy will happen, but there's about a billion different ways it could have happened, just limited to maybe 2 after being shoved into Chris. And that some of the other things we're seeing are that maybe this wasn't the dark world this had to be, like when you see the living room in a dark world. Or the room it actually is. Or when you see Susie still hating Chris in the dark world. Like, Susie and Chris don't have to be friends for this to happen. That's a bit of my theory on what the Shadow Crystal is showing. Other quote-unquote routes. And part of that is that in the normal route, you can see the Shadow Crystal, and Chris... One of them is Noelle whispering something to Chris. Chris actually puts the crystal up to their ear to try to hear it, but it doesn't work like that. And that almost seems like maybe it's looking at the weird route there. You don't have to talk to Ralsei here, but Susie, she's a really, really nice person, Chris. She'd be so kind. Ow. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry I didn't say the whole prophecy at first. I just thought if I said something different, we did something different. We were just kind enough. Perhaps by the time we got here, it would change. But no matter what we do, our fate is already decided. Blood on the sprite, tired-ass eyes. Sorry. Don't look at me, I don't mean to always make everything about me. That is... I have been there a little, Ralsei. Trying so hard not to cry, because you're afraid that crying means you're selfish. Letting someone know you're sad means you're being selfish. You're supposed to put it all on yourself, right? Sorry, Everything's okay, Chris. Look, I'm smiling. Now, an interesting thing someone data mined here. Even though you can't get it at this point, your answer here determines Ralsei's T rating for Chris. You say it's okay not to smile. Ralsei now heals 100 from Chris T rather than, I think, 70. It's okay not to smile. And I didn't tell Chris to hug Ralsei there. Chris chose to. Chris, you... I'm scared. It's getting harder and harder. Just stand there smiling all the time. To be the one pretending I'm not afraid too. But being with you two, the more I'm with you two, I realize friendship isn't just about being happy all the time. Something far, far greater than I could have imagined. I want to. I want to believe again. I want to believe it can change. There isn't just one ending. Susie's hope, her naive hope. It's infectious, isn't it, Chris? Though, till we see fate with our own eyes. Let's believe too. Fun fact, the blood is a whole different sprite that's just overlaid to the talk sprite. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, you can go to the fountain now. Susie's waiting. Chris? You were cool when you played the piano earlier. Now we have Ralsei officially wanting to defy destiny. Only then will the worlds be saved. It's interesting that one didn't come back right away. Hey, Chris. Can I tell you a stupid dream I have? No matter what, I want to keep being friends with you and Ralsei. When the sun comes up again, I want tomorrow to be the same as yesterday. And the next day, be just the same as that. And in the end, you can always go back to the way things were before. You don't have to say anything back, Chris. I know. You're thinking the same thing. Aren't you, dumbass? Susie's smile seemed to defeat everything. Shined on in front of you. And for a moment, it was as if all the darkness had been blown away. In order to save the world, you must abandon the fantasy forever. It's the way these stories go, unless someone makes a new ending. As if in imitation, your soul began to glow. Susie is the light, the night is the darkness. Doesn't rhyme, I don't believe it. Oriel? Hey, Knight? Chris. Was Toriel even... Let's just go. Not just yet. Something I want to check. The organ. No reason to play it now. I'll grant you that one, Chris. But even you can't deny how suspicious this is. It's a door. A large person could fit inside. Open it, Chris. Turn the doorknob. You turned the doorknob. You didn't do anything else. You little shit. Will not hide it from me forever. I will pry the Knight's identity out of you, Chris. Don't think I won't. I'll pry it out of someone. Hey, Chris, come on. Susie wouldn't have even seen. Smells nice. After the rain. Gerson, renowned historian, author, and teacher. Kinda hard to read in the dark. Can only read the Gerson one. Chris' betrayal is inevitable in here. Bench is wet. The place where it rained. That music. With the little sands motif. Carefully etched out of it. Or maybe Sans was etched into the old one. It's raining somewhere. Listening to this, it really does bring me back to, like, 2015, playing Undertale the first time. That legendary scene. Yeah, I know, I was just saying it's been removed from this version of the song.
closer to opening this thing, huh? Tomorrow we have to do something. We have to.
Door's locked, no one's inside, yeah. There's not a lot you can do here, but I know of one thing. Not here. A little more north. Wet picnic table glistens in the moonlight. We wait. There it goes. I'm gonna press nothing. This might take a minute.
You hear that? No?
What do you hear, Susie?
Sounds like someone's playing a song out there. You know, on the other side of the lake.
Susie can hear the song from the sea. Just like Onion Sand could. I don't think it's quite done yet. Whether that's good or bad, we're not sure yet. But it bodes ill, considering how creepy Onion Sand was about it. Last thing, Sand's motif is gone, we're trying to figure out what motif is in there. Chris turned to Susie.
What, I got something on my face or something?
Look down again. There even is a motif in there. Here we go. Chris, say what's on your mind.
Huh? Why are you talking with your mouth closed?
Chris, come on. Sure, I think that was Chris genuinely considering for just a moment telling Susie everything. But deciding against it. Chickening out. You know what Sand's motif is? Clearly not in this new song. Same one that's in his UT theme, and a song that might play when you fight Sans.
Guess we should go.
Chris?
Come on, we can't just sit here forever. Chris. Don't howl.
That's just the one little bit of extra. Fortunate truth is, whatever fallout happens between Chris and Susie, Chris will have partially brought it on themselves. Dad's truck. And because this is the last time I'm going to be able to play Deltarune until there's new content of it. Other than maybe some fan games. I know there's some that are pretty good. But I'll say goodbye to you, Bergen truck. Workboard covered with stuff. And very self-defeating, yep. An ornate gate. Appears to be locked. Yeah. It's not what I was trying to do with the cell. Notice the lights are on, though. It's your mom's van.
So, do you mind if I...
And Chris looks down and away from Susie.
Chris?
Look at that wine. Haha, I have not danced the jitterbug like this in ages.
Well, you aren't bugging me, so jitter away.
By the way, I feel like I should explain the Sans voice I do. It's a slightly slowed down moist critical, I think. Or maybe less enunciated moist critical. Why didn't the skeleton have anybody to dance with? Because he had no body to dance with. Thought you were doing Patrick?
No, this is Patrick. Admittedly, this is early Patrick. Closer to how he sounded in the pilot in the early seasons. A lot slower. If I wanted to do like more modern Patrick, I'd still do this. It's similar, but there's a bit more of a twang to it, you know? Kind of a cartoony sound. Sans is kind of down here. Like a little monotone. Like he's not taking anything seriously. That's why I think building it off of weird, moist, critical interpretation kind of works. Yeah, good one. Not only did you totally botch that joke, but I'm dancing with you so it doesn't make any sense.
Are we, interrupting something?
Oh, Chris, Snoozy! No, you're not interrupting anything!
We were looking for you at church, and...
Sorry, I canceled choir practice today due to the rain. The weather was so bad, and... Chris, Susie, have you met Mr. Sans?
Hey,
Oh, Susie, did you want to stay over again? You could just sleep in, Azriel's bed, haha.
I think I gotta be going, actually.
What's interesting here is, Susie's entire image of Toriel broke here. And I understand she really... this whole scenario, it's close to home for Susie, so much that she feels uncomfortable. Maybe it's Toriel being drunk. I think it could be that. I think it could also just be that she's very uncomfortable around Toriel after seeing this person she had such a huge opinion of act so outside of what she thought. Like, breaking down the pedestal she put Toriel up on. And, I can't blame Susie for this, but I do question leaving Chris alone like this. To be fair, she doesn't really leave Chris alone like this. Oh, alright. Very much hits meta-wise, and how Susie's broken pedestal also reflects that of Undertale fans to Toriel. Yeah, and... yeah, this feels like, to the player, this feels like a betrayal. To Toriel, who a lot of Undertale fans set up as, like, someone who, in your mind, really can't do wrong. Or if they do, they'll realize right away. And Sans is just kind of funny skeleton guy who, if you're good, nothing bad'll happen. It feels like a betrayal from both of these very beloved characters by the fanbase. See you later, honey. I mean, Susie, haha.
Later.
Yeah, Chris looking down, because I think Chris really doesn't want to be alone during this. Chris, is Susie okay?
She'll be fine. Sure, she'll figure it all out. Meanwhile, let's get back to business. Chris, what about you? You want to party?
Chris is so ashamed. Yeah. Chris, party, board games!
Hey, we don't gotta just do disco dancing, kid. We can play some brand new music, too. How will we pump up the tunes?
Pump the tunes, pump the tunes, pump the tunes! Here's an indictment on Sans, mostly. Here's the thing. I at least see that Sans is trying to include Chris in this. Like, Sans isn't just like... I don't think Sans is not being malicious here. Sans brushing off Susie like that is very out of character to his UT counterpart. Susie's clearly not well. Yeah, I think Sans is very ignorant, but not malicious here. Anytime someone jokingly blames Kara for anything bad they did, I just think, nah, that wasn't Kara, that was all me. Chris, where are you going? You're going to bed already? The pancakes in the fridge if you want them, dear. Good night, honey. And you do see Sans go over to her, and when you go back, she's back up. So it's like, Sans is not being actively malicious here. Well-watered flowers are blooming inside. Sans cupboard. It seems to be missing things. Some cinnamon batter caked on the stovetop. Sink. Someone's cleared the white fur out of the drain. It's not malicious, but he's very much not making the best impression, especially with the whole I befriended your mom last night. Yeah. And I would say, honestly, this right here is the biggest, kind of point against Sans. Bottle of ketchup stands defiantly inside. Heavily implying he ate the pancakes intended for Chris. Probably just go to bed. Yeah, I get it, little buddy. Come on. I'll get in the cage tonight, you do whatever you gotta. If you want to talk about it, Chris... Well, there's not much I can say in response, so... If you just want to vent and feel like someone's listening, I'm here. Yeah. You can try to go over and turn off the music, I forgot to. So loud and fast, Chris literally can't sleep, but then... Susie busts in, yells at them, and the music stops. She possibly even broke the damn thing to get them to stop it. See this part? Notice how the Deltarune symbols are kind of reversed? This whole thing reflects on Chris feeling like Sans is inserting himself into their life, and they can't do anything about it. Also kind of meta in how Sans kind of takes away focus from other things in Undertale. Yeah, I wonder if Toby on some level regrets how popular Sans became. And this is in some way almost a correction of that. See, it is very symbolic. What is Sans going to do? Toriel is there and Susie already left. What do you mean? Sans isn't gonna, like, hurt anyone, obviously. No one's implying that. Toby probably feels about Sans like Gege feels about Gojo. I don't know if it's quite like that. Because I feel like Toby still thinks Sans is funny. If annoying. Gege just felt like Gojo was annoying. We aren't gonna let that happen. Right? The thing is, she's not looking in the direction Chris would be. Chris should be at the window to the left, as we can see here. The whole Sans brushing off Susie, he don't got much option here. Oh, I mean, he could have let Toriel, you know, actually talk about what was going on and possibly hear the problem. The rain starts back up. Chris is seriously considering going out after her right here. Like, I gotta go talk to Susie. I have to tell... Notice how the phone picks up by itself? Chris... As if they knew Chris was about to do this. Don't forget, Chris. You promised. Chris is caught between two paths, their dear friend and the promise. Probably can tell who they'll end up choosing. We can think it, but... If Chapter 5 opens with Chris coming back in through that window to put us back in and leaves us guessing for a few extra minutes, that would be really funny. I actually imagine Susie is possibly heading to the Dark World to sleep tonight. Like, if she doesn't, she really doesn't want to be home, but can't be around Chris. I could really see her trying to do that. Chris cares about Susie. Maybe even loves her. Right now, something's just too important right now. Maybe. I don't know. Toby's pulled the rug out from under us before. If it turns out that if Chris is gonna turn traitor on the night here and now, I could see them doing it. That is a choice they could make. Well done. The halfway mark has been attained. Hello, Doctor. But it is still waiting. How much longer now? My Deltarune. Be continued in Chapter 5, 2026. It'll happen, folks. It will. Died a little bit. 25 whole chapters of Deltarune? I wish. Hopefully a certain dumb fuck doesn't get us all killed beforehand. You can hope. Chris wants to be with Susie and Ralsei. I think they're going to make the wrong choice and choose the night first. I think they need a bit more work, and an intervention, before they fully choose their friends. You did Mike already? I know. But I still wanted to go look at this. Looks like that thing in Castletown. A way back to the light world. Did the door of the church crack open? What do we do? Wait. Can't leave now. Toriel might be. Susie, if you stay, I should stay too. Chris, if you're gonna go fast and direct. No messing around. Come back quick, Chris. I still wanted to look at that, like, see what actually happens. Everything's kind of blocked off. Funky music emerges from the cafe and fills the town, filled with the power of Funky Town. Maybe we're going to get a Chris join the team for real moment, be very climactic and bring things full circle. The cafe in here. I wonder if I can I put in the new recruits here, I wonder? Probably not, right? Because they haven't been brought to the town yet. Oh? I actually can, wow. Oh, anyone but her? Oh, paired with a regular sort. Well then, be my apprentice. I wonder... Oh, young hero, I beseech thee, where is the VIP chamber? Yeah, like the drinking water. Just questionable. Alright, no response from that. Probably not gonna do anything there. Na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, it's Lancer playing his theme. This is what he was doing the whole time. Yeah, hey, Mikes. I still don't love this. I don't like them doing the mouse here because I play on controller. It really doesn't do it for me. I did real shit on this. Oh, interesting. They're not here. This is impossible on controller, actually. This one does not work on controller. Imagine what a rude and thing's the last possible enemy you can spare. That'd be funny. Okay, I know this guy can't talk. He seems to really, really like his job, so let's just let him do it. Got it. Yeah, I'm overall, Deltarune has been a great influence on my life. It's been a good one on mine, too. Undertale, I sent out my, Undertale memory thing before that closed up. Like I said, Undertale introduced me to the very concept of metafiction. I had never encountered anything of that type before, and then Deltarune improved on basically everything I love about Undertale. The only thing it hasn't done is, be finished. You know, hardly that thing's fault. Yeah, Undertale made you realize there are no limits to storytelling. Yeah, it's so amazing. And this game, Undertale and Deltarune are both games that make me completely rethink how I interact with fiction. Undertale made me acknowledge the existence of kind of metafiction, and this makes me rethink how I interact with the player character. Really makes you just think about it a whole new way. Now, for the game that's gonna replace Deltarune, I have two ideas. Idea number one, also made you realize non-binary people exist. To be fair, the Undertale fandom is what made me realize that. The Undertale game didn't make me think that in the slightest. I've said this before, I'm pretty sure Frisk and Kara were meant to be just whatever, either or. Chris is meant to be non-binary, but Frisk and Kara were... I don't think that was the specific intention with them. Because you actually were supposed to project yourself onto Kara quite a bit. You even picked Kara's name. Which I really wish there wasn't, a default name for Kara. I keep saying Kara. I think Kara is more correct because it's supposed to be short for character. But, like I was saying, I have two ideas for games to play, and they're not very different, I'll go ahead and tell you. One is I could jump into Undertale and finally show some of y'all Undertale stuff, because I know not all my viewers have even seen it, like Bathwater especially. This has become one of your favorite video game characters because of how interesting they are, how they're deconstructions of the role of the player character. Yeah, I caught ya. Yeah, my first thought was just play Undertale. And I could just show it in its entirety. I've played Undertale plenty of times myself in my own time. But I had another idea, because there is another adjacent game that I could try to play. And I've never touched it, and I think it would be very, very interesting to go in almost completely blind to it. And that is Undertale Yellow. The fan game that was worked on for a very long time for Undertale. If you're not aware, it's a bit of a prequel concerning the second to last human to fall into the underground. It's not canon. A lot of people have spread a rumor that it was accepted as canon. It's not. It can't be for a very specific reason I've heard. But we get to that. It tries to be canon compliant in one of the routes, I believe. like, the, like, true ending is supposed to lead into how Undertale works, but the alternate endings could be anything. So, I wanted to hear any opinions people might have. Like... Would there be any interest in seeing me play Yellow? Undertale Yellow is cool. I know it's got, like, cowboys, Japanese stuff. And I've also heard of a mod for Undertale called Undertale Red and Yellow that adds some yellow stuff to Undertale. And it could be interesting to give me something new to do, if I want to play Undertale afterwards, you know? So I really think that's what I'd like to do, but I question if I should make Red and Yellow my first, like, stream of Undertale period or not. Basically, I'm wondering, should I play Undertale, then do Yellow, then do Red and Yellow, or just do Yellow and then regular? Really cool, but you should probably play Yellow first. No, I absolutely do not intend to play Red and Yellow without playing Yellow. I was saying, should I play regular Undertale, then Yellow, then Red and Yellow, or just Yellow, then Red and Yellow? Because I fear I would lose... I just worry because I'm not going into Undertale blind, which is the most fun, but I could go into Red and Yellow pretty blind. And I feel like that would be fun to watch, but just regular Undertale... like, my experience with it was so personal. I just worry, you know? So, I'm thinking I should do Yellow and then do a Red and Yellow, rather than do Undertale, then Yellow, then Undertale, Red and Yellow, you know? It's less content, technically, but I think it's okay. So I think tomorrow I'm going to play Undertale Yellow. If you're interested in that, please come on by. Like, if you'd like to see it blind like I do, I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I'd be going in very, very blind. So I think that's what I'll do. But anyway, I'm gonna stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming if you came. If you didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Bye-bye, YouTube.